cancel Christmas. They shut it down without a cheer. No dolls for the little girls, not one, not two, not 32 this year. The lights are dark on Main Street. The windows are all bare. The carolers went home. No laughter in the air. They took the joy off the shelf, and now there's nothing else. Yes, there will be no Thanksgiving turkey, no Christmas ham, no New Year's champagne or beer. The tariffs made the prices rise. Now we're just trying to get by here. They say it's tradition that markets have to fall, but there's no reason, rhyme, or sense that's clear. Instead of gifts and silver bells, we'll feed our families and neighbors too. The GOP canceled Christmas. What else are they gonna do? There will be no shopping on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. That's all gone away. The malls will be empty, the shelves will be full and plenty. The kids won't understand the pain, we'll have to explain. We're keeping our wallets closed. There will be no stocking stuffers, no songs, no cider, no champagne. They close the government tightly to hide what's in the files, the names and secrets stacked in tiles. They said it was for the people with big smiles. There's no turkey on Thanksgiving, no Christmas ham, no New Year's champagne or beer. The tariffs helped inflation climb. They have taxed our dreams, priced our keys. The least that haven't taken blame at all. Instead of stockings on the wall, we'll be passing out stew. Instead of toys, we'll be buying bread for the neighbors too. The GOP canceled Christmas. What else are they gonna do? The GOP canceled Christmas, and joy couldn't remain. They say don't look behind the curtain, but we all know the game. They shut it down to hide the truth, the Epstein files and the names. You can cancel Christmas, but not the truth. The people will still remember what was done to the youth. So we'll light a candle anyway and pass the bread around. We will make our joy from what they've lost and turn us all around. They can steal our money for gifts, for feast, even the tree, but love will always be. Cancel the holidays, but love still remains with no fee. The GOP cancel Christmas. Don't blame it all on you and me. There's no Thanksgiving turkey, no Christmas ham, no New Year's champagne, so we can stick it to you. There will be no dolls for the children, no toys on the tree. Just hungry headlines and hypocrisy. Our bags will soon be empty, but their pockets are hefty. They're toasting each other while most of the country is in pain. They canceled Christmas, we line our own flame. Canceled Christmas, but truth remains. Make no mistake, we're taking down all the names.
Okay. Hi guys. Mary's in the hospital and I can't pay for the StreamYards, and it used to let you do an intro without having to pay. It doesn't let you do anything now without having to pay. So yeah. Everything's money, money, money. Hello guys. How is everyone? Let's see who we got here. Um, let's see how far back I can go. Maybe I could go up to the top. Okay. Let's see who's here. We have Jen, hello. Deirdre, hello. Robert, hello. Tired. Yankee Kyle. Roxanne. Fancy, hello, darling. Kelly, how are you? Lynn, how's everything, my darling? Good to see you. Who else do we have here? That's who's chatting right now. Jackie, hi, sweetheart. Sorry about yesterday, guys, because I had an event to go to, and hi, Annie. Hi, Petrazi. If you didn't see the follow up, a lot of people saw um the first notification that I put. Okay, I'm not going live because I have an event to go to, which I forgot about. And then I posted. It was late because I didn't get home until about midnight. So up I posted like little clips from the night in a short. So if you didn't see the follow up, go see the follow up. So basically, I play a game called June's Journey, and I had loads of fun. Yeah, thank you so much. Um, I play a game called June's Journey, and I've been paying. I think my 2 year anniversary will be on like January 15th, right around there. So I couldn't miss a June's Journey get together, not at all. So anyway, and it was all free. Like I just paid for the transportation to get there, of course, which I took the train, so it was fine, you know. So because it was pretty close, it was in Lincoln Center in Manhattan. I'm in Queens, New York, so I had to take two trains. It took about an hour, 10 minutes to get there, hour, 10 minutes to get back. So it was fine, but so we went to the AMC theater and we went downstairs and they had this spread of like candies and popcorns and all these drink dispensers and wine and sandwiches, you know. And we got to talk to the players and all this stuff. That's where my brother works near Lincoln Center. Oh, there you go. I could have went and said hello. um so yeah, so we talked for like an hour from 5 to 6. Then the movie started. The movie played from like around 6:15 to when it finished. And then we did another round of talking. I did an interview. Hey, Yvonne. Um, if they put the interview on the channel, like their YouTube channel or their Facebook or something, I will, of course, share it with you guys. The interview I did with them. Um, we just game feedback and they asked questions and all that stuff. So it was fun. I met players. I had the players, a few of them. We traded Facebook messengers so we could talk. So yeah, we got a gift bag at the end. It was really cool. So yeah, I had a good time. So if you don't play June's Journey, by the way, and you want to play, I have a great team and I still have more spots. I think there's 12 of us and I have 15 spots. So of course, if you just want to play, I can give you a link so I can link you up to the game. We get some free stuff and then yeah, and then once you get to like level 6, you can join my team. And then we can play for team stuff. And it really is so much fun. Um it's like one of those, fine things in the scene, but they have a whole story to it and it's like a big soap opera. And then you get to decorate your whole like little towns, like I should say little islands. Right now I'm up to 6 islands. Are they sending out another character doll this year? No, that was like a special like that I wanted. by chance on a Facebook group. Um, this is called June's Journey, and I just love this game. I should give you guys the link. Wait, I'll put the link in the chat, even if you just want to check it out. That was another thing I said to them. I was like, hey, I'm always talking about your game. I got all these people to play. Don't you have a code? And they're like, a code? That's June's Journey. Yeah. But I'll give you the link so that you guys can get like extra stuff. Anyway, I said I want a code. Like, I go, come on, give it the times. Give me a code that's like Christina and Son GS, Go Squad. And you get like, 50 diamonds if you join the game or something fun, I want a code. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna bring that up, because I talked to like they had all different kinds of people there. They had programmers, they had customer service people, they had like um all the different people. And I was like, hey, I want to I want to have a code and and get people to play. I understand you don't have a program where you like sponsor people, but it'd be cool for a code like them, and every time somebody uses my code, like you throw me some diamonds too. We'll work it out, So he's like, yeah, okay, we're gonna think about that. That's kind of cool idea. And I'm like, hello, of course it. um, but I do have an invite code on my game. So wait, invite. Do you give me a copy link? Copy link. Okay, yeah, good. So uh YouTube. I play hidden objects through big fish games. Oh yeah? I've played every game, I think. I freaking played every game that you could possibly think of when it comes to these kind of games. And this is the only one that I can honestly say, there's my link. See, if you use this one, it's an invite link, you'll get like 3 star boxes or whatever. So, yeah. So anyway, but I told them I want a code that people can like, put in the game and get something too. Like, I don't know. I gave them a lot of ideas. I'm sure they were sick of hearing from me. But anyway, 'cause I told them everything. Um, you know, Hopefully they'll implement some of it. Like I was like, hey, you let people give you these pretty flowers and some of them are expensive, but then there's like no way that you could store them or whatever. And like they take up room, make a garden off the main thing, make a garden where you could fit like 9 of them, so you could at least save one of each of the special ones or something without it taking room on your island. So yeah, so I gave them some ideas that I thought would be really cool, like that would be easy enough to do because I know some of the programming is so hard. I come from a family who did my father did um rebuilding of computer hardware, and my mother did computer software where she fixed like viruses and software and stuff. And my father fixed the actual, he could take it apart and put it back together and make it work if something was wrong with your PC back in the day when computers first came out. So I come from a long family that did stuff with computers, so I understand the programming aspect. My sister also does programming, like she makes websites for wrestlers and stuff. So yeah, so like in that aspect, I understood. So I was like, I understand some things are hard, but I think because you do have these offsets off the island that you can make that. Hey Tina, how are you? So yeah, so it was a really good time. And like I said, I met other players. We had a really good time talking to each other and going over like what we like about the mini games or the game itself and a lot of the people had the same ideas of what should be changed. So I'm sure that will be helpful to them too. Like, yeah. So, and we saw the movie we saw was Wicked number 2. Now, I never saw 1 because unless it's streaming for free, I don't watch things. Plus, I was like, maybe I'm a little old to watch this. I don't freaking know what it is. Like, like I didn't know what the big hype was. Anyway, so since it was never free or whatever, I just didn't think about it. I did like the soundtrack. So, but then um we watched it number 2 for they had it showing. It was a private showing for just us. There was like 55 people who went to this event, and that's not including the people who were running the event. I guess there was like about 15 of them from the company themselves, right? And then some of the workers, of course, of the AMC. So it was, just for us, it was wonderful. I really liked it. I was surprised. So yeah, if you saw 1 and you liked it, 2 is definitely worth seeing. It was pretty cool. Now I have to see number 1. Hi, Kevin. So yeah, so that's that whole story. That's what I did yesterday. And now it is hot in my house. So right before we play this game, I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt. I'm in my pajamas. They have one on Prime for free. Like you could watch number 1 for free. I'm gonna see. Mystery case file stuff and haunted tales. Ooh. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt and I'm sorry because I have my pajamas on, like I said. Strip, strip. Tired. You wanna come up and play games a little while, tired? Now that I talked everybody's ear off, and like I said, I apologize because I'm in my Christmas pajamas. That's like that's how I was like. I took out the Christmas pajamas from Five Below from last year, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all. Sure. Okay. Cool. We'll have Tired come up. Of course, Fancy or anybody who has me on Messenger. Fancy, if you want to come up, let me know. Well, we could all play games. It's cool. Um, very laxy daisy today. I usually don't like being haphazard. Like I like to have my things set. Um, but this week I'm all screwed up. I had so much stuff to do. My back is still like, um, yeah. So that's that whole thing. Okay, let's find the link. So that's another thing. Like I have so many tests coming up, guys. So my videos, the videos may be a little haphazard, like um but the live streams really should stay the same. Um no, I don't want to enter the studio, you damn asshole. I want to copy the link. Oh, wait. So if we don't link, we can't play the game? No, of course, you could play the game without. It's just that after you play, if you don't copy that link, you could just go to Google Play and download June's Journey and you could play. But once you get to level 6, you have to join a team, and it'd be cool to join a team of people you know. It's just more fun. Like I have so many people. Like Mary plays with us. Krista, NH girl who comes on Wednesdays, she plays with us. Um, our friend Doris plays with us. Um, Yaz, we um all that those they play with us. Fancy plays with us. So you can just get the game, but it's really fun to be when you have to do the team stuff. It's really fun to play with people you know. Invite guest. Thank you. Finally, let me copy the link. Anyway, yeah, Fancy's been blowing it out of the water. By the way, Fancy, I send somebody something, and I know, listen, I know people get busy, right? But I sent somebody something literally 4 months ago, maybe more, but I want to say at least 4 months. And they answer me today on Messenger, like, what is that you sent me? Meanwhile, with the picture, I sent them a whole thing. And now they're like, what's that picture? Well, if you read right above the picture, I told you what it was. Why are you emailing me 4 months later? Anyway, Jen, are you feeling well? Share that Reiki energy with me. Yes. Um, no problem. Take your time. Yeah, so I did do a follow-up video and there were so many cool things I saw in like Manhattan for the first time. Like I've been to Lincoln Center, but I guess sometimes you're not facing the right way and you don't see something. There was this hotel. I got because when I got off the train, it was behind me. I didn't turn around to look at it, look what was there. I went on the way back when I went to the train station. Well, I was going to the train station. I look up, there was this humongous hotel. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that hotel's haunted. um,
Boop, boop,
so
bada,
that was
boom,
interesting.
scooby-doo-doo, boop, bada. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi. Like not in the greeting way, but in the toker way.
Oh, now I thought you wanted to say pie.
Oh, pie is amazing. You can never go wrong with pie.
That's right. I made us real big now. Like, whoa, we're like,
Jeebers.
is that too big? Are we too
Oh,
big for you guys?
it's the perfect fit, Christina. It's the perfect fit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you have to see me that close up, I guess. I just thought it would make it a little bigger, not that we take up the whole entire screen.
Hey, we could take up the whole screen. I mean, shit, we're here, part of the show. We're the hosts. I mean, hey.
That's right. I'm fascinated by New York City, if 70s and 80s, but I hear it's nothing like that anymore. Pity. Yeah, you know what though? The city is a different animal. Manhattan itself is a different animal than like the rest of the boroughs and stuff. Like
See,
they had it, even if you guys didn't see my short, go watch it from last night, my short. It had like there was a guy. I thought it was a statue. In 42nd Street in the train station. I'm like, look at this statue. And I snapped a picture. And right after I snapped the picture, it moved. And I was like, what the hell? And it was a guy who did. I thought it was a statue.
those are called living statues. They're
Yeah.
basically
And
people
then
that
I
sit there
recorded him.
and yeah.
You could tell it was amazing. And I did a little video of him. And instead of horse and carriages, now they have like these bike riders and the bikes have a carriage and they like you go around in the carriage and the bicycle rider and they were dancing and singing and like I was like, wow, the vibes are so nice. Compared Queens is nice, but it's quiet. People just scurry around, nobody stops. But I like stopped and I was like, can I video you of the statue guy? And I I asked people, I'm like, look, I haven't been in Manhattan so long. Where's the side where I get on where I could go back to Queens? And he's like, no, go the train station for that's over there. I was like, okay. Um, and it's just like a whole different like atmosphere. Like when people say people in New York are not nice, they're liars. Okay. There's not nice people everywhere, but most people are nice,
I can contribute to this story. Reverend Pottymouth has told me so many times about the times that he's gone up to New York when he was traveling and doing all of his stuff. And he went with a friend to New York and they got lost over either in Brooklyn or near the Bronx. And
Oh
this
no.
one dude fucking sat there and he's like, "Oh, no, you got on the wrong one. You got to go back like 5 blocks this way." And then he goes, "You know what? Fuck it. I'll show you myself." So he walked them all the way to the train station, got onto the train with them, and helped them get off at their stop.
Yeah.
So you will never get me to believe that, New York is a shit place with a lot of shit people.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, with so many people in such a little distance, yeah, of course, like I said, there's there's gonna be some crappy people or just people that don't give a shit. They're like, whatever, keep walking. I'm not talking to you, or they can't speak English. But that's tired, Lynn. That's tired up there in that circle.
Hi,
Yeah.
Lynn. It's nice to see you, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will never believe for one instance that New York is a bad place. And, unfortunately, you are correct. We have bad people everywhere in this country and all over the world. So, I mean, it's just like you got to pick and choose your poisons and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, like, it's funny because, of course, I was born in Queens, New York, lived here all my life. I just left for 12 years to go to Long Island, but literally it's like 2 counties over because it goes from Queens to Suffolk County to, um, I mean, to Nassau County to Suffolk County. And I was in Suffolk County for a while and then went back you know, to Queens. But so I've been in New York my whole life.
I have
My
never
mother
been up
has been
there.
in New York her whole life. She was born she was born in South Carolina, but when she was not even two, her family moved back here to Astoria, and they just went to um, South Carolina because my grandmother's parents were staying out there, and they were helping her with the kids and everything. But then she came back here to Astoria. But anyway, so since she was two, she's been in Astoria. My father had a heart problem, had to go to um Chicago or Ohio. Um Cincinnati, maybe. Jesus Christ. I think it was Cincinnati.
So many
Cincinnati Hospital.
places, so many
Yeah, so
times,
many
too many
places, but
years.
I think yeah, my father passed away now. It's 26 years or something. So,
Oh, my
um,
condolences.
so
Mine died
when
in
he was,
'07.
yeah, so when he was sick, um, he needed a heart. He was having this special heart surgery that they only did in Cleveland. That's what it was, Cleveland Clinic. The only place they did this surgery was in Cleveland Clinic because it was new. It was a new surgery. Only 10 people got it. 9 people died within the first year. My father was the only one who lived for, I don't know, I think he lived for 5 years after the surgery and actually died from something else.
Mm,
So
my
technically the surgery was
condolences.
a success with him. But it's like because his heart was enlarged, so they like cut it and put valves and stuff. Anyway,
Mm,
my mother, who's lived in New York her whole life, worked in Manhattan, everything, never got mugged, never nothing. Goes to Cleveland, the hospital. You get out of the hospital and walk right across the street, and there's the hotel. From the where she went out the hospital gate to the hotel where she was just crossing the street, right in front of the hotel, these people tried to mug her, and she had everything in her purse because she took my father's stuff from the hospital. She sat on the purse. They slid her. They would have killed her. And they finally got her purse. She was so upset. Like her boss had to send her money, because now they need to stop all the credit cards and all this shit. And they had to get all new IDs because all the IDs were in there. Now she's like, "What the fuck? I don't have ID." Like it was really bad. And she tells everybody, I've been in New York my whole life. I go to Cleveland to get mugged." So she goes, "No, New York is fine. It's Cleveland." And it's other places that are bad in the United States. New York City is not one of them. And she always told people that.
I
So
I can honestly say that there's a lot of bad places, but I have
I do
certain
now.
places that I will never step foot into ever again, Florida being one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you about. I went to Florida once with my kids when they were young to Disney World, but that was a skewed imagination. Thank you, Brandon. I was skewed because we stayed in one of those Disney hotel all inclusive things. So you got up, you ate in the hotel, you could go to the pool, everything was there in this hotel. There was
Yep.
a whole yard and stuff for the kids to play on. They played movies at night near the
Yep.
pool where the kids can watch, whatever. And the bus took you right from inside the hotel to the park, whatever park you wanted to go to, and brought you back.
Yep.
We never saw anything else except that those, the Disney park area,
Hmm.
which was fine, you know. But like other family and stuff that lives in Florida, they're like, no. They're like, it's so expensive to buy food. And I thought I would retire from New York to Florida, right?
Hmm.
And it's so expensive. The only good thing about Florida, only good thing, is that like if you can't afford your house, they don't like kick you out of it. Like, you know, you
Used to
can't
be.
lose your house or whatever if you can't pay your mortgage. They have something. I don't know if they still have it, but that's why most retired people would go there because they couldn't lose their properties or whatever.
Hmm.
They couldn't take it if you didn't pay taxes. They have some kind of laws like that. So the housing thing was better. And that's why most people went there. God forbid something, they wouldn't lose their house. They wouldn't be in the streets.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that was the whole reason I think why people went there, and probably the only good portion of why Florida's good. Um, in that respect, because you don't want retired people losing their houses and being on the street when they're 75. So that's good.
Yeah. The Villages down in Florida is mainly the big, huge retirement hub for mostly anybody. And I know that because there was one time when I was a child that I went down there and they were having a big old freaking dance party out in the middle of the square and it was to the electric slide. And at that point, I was around like 9 or 10 years old and I hopped in on that shit with no cares.
Yes. You know.
I can pick up a line dance really goddamn quick.
Oh, and I love the electric slide. That was my mother's favorite dance.
It's electric. Do 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 do
Yep.
do do
And
do.
we knew how to do it, and we put our own little spin on it when love it. And I remember I
Oh
went
my gosh.
somewhere and I was like, oh my God, can we play the electric slide? Because, you got to play it at weddings or like Sweet 16.
Or even the cha
And,
cha slide.
and they were like, no, no, we got the electric slide. I'm like, I'm like, and I think it was a family member. And I'm like, my mother's turning over in her grave about this.
I,
And
I
they
would
were
be
like,
like, shun the non believer.
and they were like, it's just a song. I go, that was her favorite song.
Right?
Like you don't want her to be here with you. I mean, I laid it on thick. Um,
Right.
but it's true. I put
Brandon
it
Wood is
down
hitting
for
on
a
point.
second, because
Right.
if
Brandon Wood is
he went
hitting
to
on
a
point with
wedding,
the Villages and shit. He's saying that they're bland and whatnot, and he's right. It has gotten bland over the years, but before it used to be a fantastic place. And I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
mm-mm. Go ahead. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm gonna grab a cigarette. Go ahead with your
All
shit.
right. You're cool. But yeah, no, Brandon Wood, you are completely right. The Villages over the times has gotten excessively bland. It used to have a lot more pizzazz, a lot more character. There used to be more architectural beauty down there before everything got, kerfucked, in my opinion. Of course, the last time I've been in Florida, I believe, was in 2010. I'm not. It's been a minute since I've been in Florida, and the parts of Florida that I was in that backwatered bing ding 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 kind of place. So I can't really say much for it, but yeah. When I lived in Charlotte, I was shot at once, seen someone get shot. Other than that, I never messed with much. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't, nah. I
Charlotte
empathize.
in Florida or Charlotte, there's also a Charlotte in
I think he is mentioning Charlotte, North Carolina,
North
because
Carolina, that's right.
he did mention North Carolina a few sentences ago in the chat when I saw it before. So
Oh yeah. My daughter went to funny enough, when she was 18, she was like, I'm leaving. Okay. She goes, I'm going to, I think she went to South Carolina or North Carolina. I can't remember which one now. And
mhm.
I'm like, you should really check it out before you decide to move your whole ass there, you and your boyfriend, because first of all, I wouldn't move with that guy anywhere. But I said, besides that, that's your problem. He's your problem. I said, but however, hi Maria. Um, I said, however, that place is crazy. They're racist. You don't want to go there. You're Spanish.
Oh yeah.
So, um, so anyway, so she goes there and she tells everybody she's Greek and Italian, but she's still from, wherever they say, you're still from the South or you're still from the North, however they say it. And they're still so prejudiced against anybody who, wasn't on their side back then. Anyway, um, so like people would go out and they would like shoot their neighbors and shit. She had to get a gun, so they got her a pink gun, and I was like, what the fuck, right? And
Mhm.
after like 3 months, there was one of her neighbors had a friend who lived in Long Island, like 3 towns away from us, and they came to visit. She packed her shit and jumped back in the car with them and came back. She was like, nope.
Right? Usually anybody that goes down to Florida or anywhere in the South gets there for about a week and a half to a month and a half, maybe 2 months the max, and they're like, fuck that.
Yeah, and sorry, we didn't even start playing games tonight.
We
Yet
just
I
kind
know,
of
but I'm
jumped into
definitely.
conversation.
Yeah, it's okay. What you guys tell me when you're ready to play the games, or if you like the talking. Um, I definitely cannot do any of those channeling. I haven't even done a crossover in a week because I've been so out of sorts with my back, with all the doctors. Do you know how long it took me to get ready to actually go out last night? I realized this stuff with the politics and what's going on in the world has really screwed me up. I used to be like, love to go out, love to walk around, all this. I don't want to go out. I don't want to talk to people I don't know.
Introvert.
If they're a maggot, I'm gonna smack them. I'm be in jail. Who the hell knows? I'm afraid that ICE is gonna pull me off the street because I'm Greek. I fucking
Oh
know.
yeah, dude, trust and believe.
You
I fully
know.
understand the fear. I have so many friends of different ethnic races from all over the fucking world, and I'm just like, stay the fuck away from America right now. We are nothing but a cesspool of idiots.
Yeah. So then I'm like, so I leave to go there yesterday,
Mhm.
and I changed my purse to a fancy one. And like literally, I get on the train. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my pepper spray in case I run into an ICE agent. This is a freaking thing. I would have never, because like I said, I would never think that I lived here all my life. Nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
With strangers. Now, with people that's a whole different story. Um, but with strangers, normally everything's fine. You get on the train, everything's fine. Um, you go places, it's fine. But I realize I'm like, what a skewed how this made everybody, you know, fucked up. Like, we're gonna need therapy after this fucking shit.
No shit. I empathize and agree with you on that one. There's just too much
No.
BS going around and not enough examples of good being shown within anything at this current moment. We ain't got no good examples to push us forward to be better, and that's kind of the hindrance, in my opinion, of
Yeah.
course.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never, you know. And I think what really had opened my eyes to it was that um my best friend was like, "Oh, I'm voting for Trump." I go, "Are you insane?" Like the second time. I didn't ask the first time because I just assumed because she's smart that she would have never voted for Trump, right? But
Mm.
I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now, I know her 46 years we were friends, okay?
Eesh.
And she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't like the other one's energy." I'm like, "The woman? You mean Kamala?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't like her energy. You know about energy." I know I'm not fuck. I don't give a fuck about energy. I'm not voting for no pedophile. She's like, "He's not a pedophile. That was Biden." And I'm like,
Wow.
I go, "You're listening
Wow.
to Fox News, I believe." I go, "It's not news. You know it's entertainment, right?" Anyway, we have this big fight, and she's like, "I can't believe you yelled at me. I don't want to talk to you anymore." I'm like, "I don't want to talk to you because you have no
Uh,
morals." And and that's how we end a 46-year relationship. So I said, "You know what? I better not talk to people because I'm gonna tell them all." you know and that's where I said, no, fuck these, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want
I
to go out because I'm gonna fucking kill people.
I 100% understand and totally get the vibe that you're putting down on that. I, as
Yeah,
an
yeah,
introvert as well, I will not talk to anybody unless they approach me in the right way. And I have discovered that if you baseline your facial features while out in public, even after you're sitting there smiling for so long, it freaks people the fuck out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And see, I was never like that. Never. I would go out and talk to freaking everybody. I have live streams. I was out for 5 hours talking to people, showing it the whole everything. Like, I don't care. Dead people. I talk to live people. I didn't give a shit, right?
Right.
It's just recently, like the last 6 months, where I'm really like, if I go out and somebody says something, I'm gonna
You
spray them
you
with
liable to
pepper
catch a
spray.
case.
I'm gonna
You
spray
are
them with my pepper spray. And then I'm like, you're
dude.
gonna go to jail. You gotta just go to your doctor's appointment and don't talk to nobody.
Right? Yeah, it's getting unbelievable with how much um how crazy everything is getting. Like I sit here and claim that I am clinically insane, and then I fucking look at the world and go, maybe I'm the sane one.
That's right. And I always said that. Who knows what's normal and not normal? I mean, my daughter called the state on me because I believe in spirits, and she's like, she sees ghosts, she told the state. And they come over here, he's like, "Do you see things with your eyes that I don't see?" I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That's the first thing I said to the guy. I was like, and I used that for him too. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, things. I go, "No, I mean, I'm nearsighted, but I don't know what you're talking about," because I really didn't know at first, like, what the fuck is he talking about?
The
And
hell
then
you
he's
mean am
like,
I seeing shit that you don't see? You think I'm paranoid and hallucinating, motherfucker? Like
yeah, I
what?
was like, I couldn't understand. He's like, ghosts. I'm like, look, just because I'm a spiritual person and believe in God and angels doesn't mean I'm fucking crazy. And he's like, "Oh, well, no, I was just I'm like, "No, what were you asking?
What
Do you
what?
not pray to?" I said to him, and it was a black older guy, right? I'm like, "Do you not pray to God? Do you not talk to God? Do you not
Yeah.
call on angels?" And he was like, "Well, no, that's not what I was asking." I'm like, "Well, what were you asking?" He's like, "No, nothing." And then that subject was dropped because I was like, "Well, you're
Oh,
not gonna tell me I'm crazy because I talk to God now, right? Because
oh,
or I pray to an angel. You gotta fucking tell me." I mean, I don't do any of that stuff, but that's besides the point.
they don't need to know that shit.
Right? I was like, "What is he trying to say?"
Oh my
So
gosh.
people think I'm crazy because I believe in the paranormal, and I don't give a shit. Like that people think I'm crazy for that. Or I think that's perfectly normal because people die. Like I don't know what else to tell you. What do you think?
It's
I
fucking
mean, but a lot of
inevitable.
people
What are
do
you gonna
think
do about it?
a lot of people think when you die, that's it. You know that you just go to the dirt and there's nothing else. But that's not the case. Sorry to tell you, people. And that's
Whole
why I always laugh when like when Trump said, "Oh, I want to go to heaven." I go, "That bastard's never going to heaven." I don't know what he is fucking thinking. Um,
Yeah,
you know,
I've
but
seen a lot of things, but I ain't never seen an elephant fly. That's what it's
I
gonna take for his fat ass to get up to heaven is a flying elephant.
yeah, right. And I mean, people for less. Like I always tell people this story. My grandmother, I don't know really what she did. Not my grandmother, my great grandmother, my grandmother's mother. My grandmother's 97. They forgot about her. They don't want her. Her mother, okay, has been in
Hmm.
purgatory for 25 years.
Ooh,
25 years. I asked about her, And I'm like, why don't we ever see her? We see grandpa, but not her. They're like, oh, she's in purgatory. She can't get out until she makes up. So 25 years she's been dead, 25 years in purgatory.
damn.
Probably while my grandfather still hangs out until maybe that she's going to get out of purgatory. I don't fucking know. And they don't even want my grandmother because my aunt is like, I don't know how these horrible people can live so long and others die so young. I'm like, did they want her? Purgatory is
Dude,
full, you know?
dude, I wish I could have an answer to that too, because and I'm not trying to say anything horrible about my father. May he rest in peace. He tried. And that's all I can say about him is he tried. But my dad was not the best of people, nor was he the greatest of people, and he died at freaking 49 years old. And I'm just like, what the heck? How come this evil ass turn up in office is sitting here living out his days
Yep.
and McDonald's hasn't hit his cholesterol yet?
Well, that's what I said about my mother too. She died. She was 57, maybe not even, just about to turn 57. But best person you ever want to meet. And her mother, who was a shit, still alive, right? So you're like, why? And I just rationalize it that purgatory is fucking full, or that they really are trying to let her make up or try to make up for some of the shit she did, and that's why she's still freaking here. Um, and when they decide, well, her body can't last anymore and she didn't make up for it, she's gonna be in purgatory too, I guess. How it's gonna go. I don't know. I guess they try to let them make up for it, and that's why they're here so long, the bad ones, because they're like, come on, you could do it, you can make up for the shit, and they just keep digging the hole deeper for themselves, and it's like, oh, you don't even need to go to purgatory, you can go right down there now, you know?
You've already made yourself a one-way trip. There you go.
Yeah.
Congrats.
So like sometimes I think it's that, like they're like, we're gonna give you as much time as you need until that body just can't take it anymore, you know?
Right?
So I don't know. That's just I don't know because I couldn't tell you about that, but I'm like purgatory must be full because
Dude,
if my
something.
grandmother's been there for 25 years, could you just imagine? There might be more people in purgatory than there is in heaven and hell because they're just like, oh, God, these fuckers.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, I mean, think about it. If you sit here and you think about it, and we are in a spiritual awakening and a spiritual war, like you said, what if heaven
Mhm.
and hell's gates are closed? What if nobody can get in?
Oh, I'm sure they let. I mean, from what I realized doing, sorry guys, we got into spiritual talk. I hope you guys don't mind.
we're
Um,
we're bouncing around. We'll eventually get to the games. Just hang tight with us.
um, I like the talk too.
Yeah.
Um, but so everybody takes a stop in, I don't call it purgatory. There's purgatory, but where you have to stay to make up, but there's a waiting room. So everybody
Purgatory
crosses
and limbo
over
are kind of the same.
and yeah, it, it's I guess technically in limbo, but you're not just there doing nothing. You're there to make up for whatever you did. So I don't know if they have tests or whatever it is, that you have to do. Um, but anyway, and I think the reason why my great grandmother's there so long is because my grandmother and her have to make up for something they did together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I told my aunt she's going to go to purgatory too. And my aunt said, no, she's going straight to hell. I go, no. Anyway, I try not
Hey,
to tell her, like, okay, whatever. She's like, she's going straight to hell. I'm like, I don't think so, but that's okay. But you believe what you want to believe, what makes you sleep at night. But
right.
there's a waiting room, and everybody filters into the waiting room, and then you, depending on what you did, that's like the waiting room is the pearly gates, and that's
Yeah.
where they open the book in the waiting room, like you're at the doctor's office, ching, and go, oh yeah. So what do you think about this? And if you say,
Right.
well, that wasn't so bad, they're gonna be like purgatory. And if you go,
Jin
oh my God, I forgot all
Jin
about that. I've been trying to make up for it. They might put you in heaven or, but everybody has that, well, this is where you got to go from the waiting room.
Right.
Um,
Jin came
yeah,
up with a very good question, and it says, are
yeah,
we sure that our existence on Earth isn't purgatory? And to be frank, I can agree with that. There's always been that saying growing up that I've always heard, well, life is hell on Earth.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you what is okay. Can I tell them that? Well, as soon as I say it,
Oh,
no,
you're
I'm gonna
cool. You're cool. You gotta check your shit. I get it.
if somebody started talking to me. No, we talked about okay. So the soul's contract. That's what I was gonna tell them about. I actually did a video about the soul's contract. Okay.
Mhm.
So basically, Earth is like a learning field for your soul. Okay. And your existence of your being. Okay.
Mhm.
So they're soul contracts, right? So um basically you're here to learn and to live out your soul's contract. Now, depending on what you did in your last life, your soul's contract could consist of, let's say, my grandmother in her last life killed somebody.
Mhm.
Let's just say that, right? And let's say it's my aunt who's living that she killed in the last life. And now they made it her daughter, and she has to make up to that daughter. And now she didn't yet, you know, which may be why she's still here. Let's just use that as an example. So she's supposed to make up for killing her in the last life in this life. And so there's all different kinds of soul contracts.
Mhm.
And like I said, I did a whole video on it. And so basically you're here, it's like a school. It's the best way I could describe it. You're here, your soul's learning as if it's in school. And it's 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 all going into your past lives and everything what you do in this life because it's what you have to learn. It's like you were in, let's say you're a new soul. So you come here, you're in kindergarten. The next life, you're in first grade. Then So
I want to graduate.
depending on how old your soul is like what grade you're in this lifetime. So
Fuck, if it's anything like my actual school life, I got held back in 4th grade. I'm screwed.
yeah. So that's the best way I could describe. So it's actually not like purgatory on earth. It's just this is a school we're learning. Purgatory is like like detention, like a never-ending detention that you have to make up for what you did in the school.
Mm-hmm. That
And
makes
then
sense.
once you make up for it, then you graduate to either heaven, or if you never make up for it, you're demoted to hell. So
That
that's
makes sense.
the best way that I could sum up how it works with our soul's progression through this lifetime and through the different veils. And I hope that made sense.
It does to a degree, but it just brings up more questions at the same time because then my thought processes kick in and go, okay, well, what if you're not sure you did anything wrong in the past life, but you're still having to learn and get put through punishments? And then it makes me wonder, do you think sometimes the spirits mess up? Or is it us creating the contracts that are not clarified?
No, well, because when you die, when you pass on, when you leave this body, your soul leaves the body. So when your soul leaves this body and you're up there, you
Mm-hmm.
know all your past lives, what happened, where you were. Your soul has all that memory,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand, because like I ran into someone who was like, "Oh, we were in the same place in this year. You were like the Duchess of this, and I was the Duchess of that place, and we met at a party." I was like, "Oh." you know, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Really?" I I I could understand that I was a duchess. Um, she understood that, like
Mm,
so. It happens. It happens that, and that's why a lot of you'll see children that like you'll see those shows like the children remember their past lives because it was so close.
mm-hmm.
Um, and they remember them. They remember how they died. They were
Oh, I full
when
on believe it because if you've ever heard the story about Yoko Ono and John Lennon, there was a 6-year-old boy who had all of John Lennon's memories of Yoko Ono, and until he was like 9 years old, he kept asking his biological mother about his wife. And then when that 6-year-old finally got to meet Yoko Ono, Yoko didn't even realize that it was her husband talking to her until the kid was revealing shit that only Lennon would know.
yeah.
So I fully believe that there is a possibility where children can pick up on the souls and conduit into it so that way they can give out the last message that somebody feels like someone else needs to hear. But I also believe
That,
that they
or
do
like I said,
remember.
oh yeah, or it's because they have a soul's contract, and it was so fresh in their mind, like, okay, um I was a soldier, I killed all these people, my soul contract now is to live and be this one's kid, or this one is going to be my brother, or and they still remember the contract they made when they're up there, because you have free will when you pass too, okay? Like it's not like, but when it comes to some things, it's like they're like, hey, you have to make up for this. Um and you make the soul's contract, you're aware of it before you come here, what your soul's contract is. You might not remember it as you go through life or whatever, but I
You
think that's where
unconsciously perform the
your
acts.
spirit guides, that's where they come in to kind of help you, right? Finish
Hmm.
your contract or whatever. Um I have not asked them about, what my soul's contract is, but I always say, like, to them, if there's a way that I can not ever be related to these two souls again, or never see these two souls again in my next life, that's why, like, how can we break this chain,
Oh
Like,
God, yeah, yeah. Dude, I have so many people that are like that for me as well. I empathize and give you my sympathy. I feel your pain on that. I have millions of them that I don't ever want to see in my life ever again.
yes. I think out of body experiences are ways to change a perspective. Oh, that was you saying that. I'm trying to read
Yes,
the chat
Lynn
now real
Lynn
quick.
uh Lynn a few messages ago had said that she had an out of body experience at 6 years old and she knows that we go on. And
Yeah.
so that's what I was replying to, is that I think out
Mhm.
of body experiences at any point in life is just a way for the spirit guides to say, hey, you need to change your perspective on this. But that's just my own opinion. So I could be wrong.
Or it's a way of, maybe she was put here, right, for a specific reason. So in order to contact with her and for her to be attached to her spirit guides so they can help her, she had to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh yeah. Um, I don't remember ever having an out of body experience, but I've had other things happen to me that,
I,
um I've been attacked in dreams and all sorts of shit.
Oh my
I've been
gosh.
attacked by spirits sitting in my house, when I'm just talking to somebody on the tons of shit. Um,
Yeah.
but most of it wasn't like, well, sometimes it was because I have spirits can tell you by your aura. I shouldn't even say
Mhm.
your aura, by your energy, okay? So you have an energy. Everybody has an energy. It looks a certain way. People who can communicate with spirits, let's say we're all bright pink or something, or we look like a unicorn. I don't fucking know. And
Yeah.
let's say people who don't do anything with spirits are just white, and people who are psychic are green. Let's just say so. The energy gives the spirits who can see our energy to understand who we are and what we are. So if my energy, let's say, was like, rainbow colored, and they're like, oh shit, this lady can cross over spirits, but I technically couldn't cross over spirits yet, um because I didn't know I
Mhm.
had all these spirits following me because I wasn't aware of it yet, right?
Right.
um and so, like, when I first started doing the paranormal, because the issues my son had and whatever, um you know, there were spirits that were talking to me because I was doing it, but I didn't understand it yet. you know, I didn't understand it yet. And I wasn't sure if I believed it yet, even though I seen so much. Not that I didn't believe it, just that I didn't believe I could do anything to help them. I should say that. I didn't believe in myself enough to think that I was special enough to be able to help them and see them and to communicate with them.
I have to
So,
ask, how the hell did you get over that? Because that's something that I struggle with on a daily. You know how you tell me that I need to stop doubting myself when you read my cards? That's why
yeah,
I'm having this issue.
yeah. You
So
know
we
how
will
I got
have to
over
talk
it?
about this. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, it's really simple. What I did was, my boyfriend Danny has
Mhm.
been talking to spirits and dealing with spirits. It was his job in the church for 50 years. So I told
Wow.
him I want to do an exercise with you. So we could always do this exercise too. We could try it. So he's like, "What kind of exercise?" I'm like, "I want to um m- know that what I'm hearing is actually right and I'm not fucking crazy. I'm not making the shit up because I just want it to be?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, let's do the exercise." So I'm like, "Okay, you write this down. What's going on? Where we had some, I go, I could tell that the spirits were playing ball or whatever. So I'm
Mhm.
like, write down what you see the spirits doing." So he wrote it down. And I'm like, "Okay, are they playing ball?" And he turns over the card and it says they're playing ball. And I'm like, "Okay." And so we did exercises like that. I'm like, "Okay, write down." I'm like, "Okay, you say what you just said to me to him." And then
Mhm.
he'll write it down. And then I'll be like, "Okay, I heard this." And he turns the card around, and so we did those exercises. And once I realized I was right 98% of the time, I'm like, "Okay, so I'm just right." And I never questioned myself again because I'm like, "I'm right."
Hey, you know
So
what?
that's it.
If you want to help me out with that one of these days, I would
Yeah,
happily love to try that little experiment with you because I have questions. I know I have capabilities. I
yeah,
know I am in tune with so many fucking spirits that it's insane. But I've also got hindrances within the mortal plane that prohibit me from understanding whether or not I'm just absolutely fucking insane or I'm really hearing this shit at this point.
right. Well, and that's what it is. And once I let myself, when I said, "Okay, I know what I'm hearing is real," I really started listening and honing in, and I'm like, "Okay," and started writing it down. Then I would take my pendulum, and that's why I write the messages down, guys, because I have to concentrate. I hear it, I write it, and then I used to, after I would write it, I would pull the pendulum all the time to make sure it was right. And then after I did that for like 2 months, I'm like, I don't need the pendulum. I was always right. So what the fuck? Why am I
I,
bothering this? reiterating, they're probably getting annoyed at me, right?
Mhm.
Um, but even with that, it took me about 2 months. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write it, and then I'm gonna check with the pendulum. Like I
Mhm.
gave myself checks and balances, and then finally I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like why I keep having checks and balances on myself. Um, but
It's all
sometimes
about
if I
building up a comfortability, basically,
well, that's
is
what
what
it
it's
is. It's
sounding like.
building up the confidence and just being able to say, no, I trust myself. Like I trust my intuition. I trust what I'm seeing. I trust what I'm hearing. I know my spirit guides are good, and I'm not yeah, I'm not gonna worry.
Right.
Um and that's it. And but it took like a year to really hone in and you know um that was just a year to hear them like I can if I open myself up, right?
Mhm.
um for that I really had to do questions like and use the pendulum or um different things, cards and stuff. But
Mhm.
now if I just sit there and go, okay, I'm listening, let's talk. If I still don't understand what they're saying, I'm like, we're on a different frequency. Like, let me see. And then I'll ask my guide, hey, is this person speaking English? And if they say yes, I'm like, okay, I don't understand them. Can you translate, or can you ask them to talk slower or something?
Yeah,
And
just trying to find a symbol balance to where you can get
because
what needs to be said.
yeah, because when spirits talk to you, it's all on a frequency. So the best way I could describe it, it's like you know, a
Mine
CB
always
radio.
speak to me
You
through
have to be on
radio.
the
Yeah.
right frequency
Yep.
in order to hear the message, right? Not every spirit speaks on your frequency. So you have to try really hard to understand them. And then they also have to try. Like if they're just going to stay on their frequency, and I'm like, no, you maybe talk lower, maybe you know, talk slower, the frequency's wrong,
Yeah,
like,
I have come to realize a lot within my own spiritual journey that the spirits connect to me best whenever I'm listening to music. Um, if I just like put on a random playlist and I'm really heavily thinking about something subconsciously that I don't realize, but yet a song comes on and then all of a sudden my attention is hyper focused on the lyrics and the vibe and the sounds and the tempos and the beats, and that's what I feel is when I know they're getting in contact with me and saying, hey, focus on this, listen, interpret, and reflect.
ooh, you're having a euro with extra tzatziki. That sounds lovely. I
I
don't
saw
eat them because I don't
baklava.
eat meat, but I do love my favorite pastry. Besides, I'm not a big baklava person. I don't like nuts in my desserts for some odd reason.
Really.
Um, I will ground nuts up to a powder and put it in like when I'm baking, but I don't like soft with hard. It's
Oh,
a
so it's a
texture.
textural issue. Okay.
It's a textural issue. So if I ground it up really tiny, I can deal with it, but I can't eat like have a big crunchy nut in a nice soft sponge cake. That's retarded to me. But anyway,
Right.
that's just
Um,
my thought. But
Annie has a question for you, and I feel like we should pause
or
really quick to answer this. She says, what happens if the spirit is speaking Latin, a language you don't understand?
right. There's a lot of times where they come speaking a different language. Um, you ask them. So most spirits can speak. They call it. You could just tell them spirit talk. Most of them, if you tell them you have to do spirit talk because I can't understand you, they can try to switch to spirit talk, which is like a universal language that every spirit and every human can hear and understand. Some spirits do not know how to do it. They're either a newer spirit, they never learned, they didn't have anybody to teach them, they don't understand. That's when I ask the spirit guides. Now, my spirit guides can understand no matter what they're talking. I don't know why, but they
Oh,
can.
it's because they have that connection, and for them, translating isn't as difficult as it is for us.
Right.
That was somebody
Or
else
there-
speaking through me. I'm sorry.
but there's also oracles where like a third party can translate for you, right? So I
Mhm.
asked the guide, I'm like, I can't understand them. Can you tell me what they're saying? And the guide will tell me what they're saying. My guide will tell me what this person's saying because I can't understand them.
Right.
So there's a lot of different ways, but if you can't understand the spirit and you know you're hearing, like your ears are going and you're getting like something crazy, you're just like, hey, if that's a spirit talking to me, you got to speak spirit talk because I don't know what you're saying. Um, you
Picture
might
images
be
work.
able to understand them, you know?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, because there is a universal language, and if you say you got to talk in spirit talk, they usually know what you're saying, and then they'll try to change either their frequency or what they're saying or how they're saying it. So, um,
Jin asked if we're talking about Delphi the Oracle.
there's tons of oracles, tons of
Cassandra
spiritual.
was an oracle back in Troy when those wars and stuff were going on.
Yeah, these are deceased beings that are oracles, particular for translating when needed. So you
Mm.
can call upon an oracle, and there's different ones,
Mhm.
um, to help you translate third party things. Yeah,
Yes, Lynn.
in
Lynn
Greece,
was
yeah,
asking a question for me, I think, because I had mentioned Cassandra, and she's like in Greece, and I was like, yeah. Cassandra is a part of Troy, Greece, and stuff like that. Back in Greek mythology, she was the oracle who was the sister of one of the soldiers that went over to Troy and had brought back I think it was Helena of Troy, because he had fallen in love with her, and Cassandra had warned him not to do that because if he did that, he was going to start up a war, but he didn't believe her. And the reason why nobody believed Cassandra when she had these visions and tried to teach about it was because her gift came from Apollo, and Apollo, from what mythology says, was trying to basically, quote unquote, get in her pants, to put it into simple terms. She refused, so with the blessing he gave her, he also cursed it as well to make it to where nobody would believe her until it was too late.
right. Well, like when I say oracle, not exactly. This is not like like what we would call an oracle. Let's say, because oracles, I guess, are like seers or readers,
Mm,
here
there's too
on
many
Earth.
different terminologies for it, but yeah,
Right,
I get where
but
you're coming at now.
an oracle in the spirit world is a translator.
Ah,
They're like
okay.
a third party translator. So they stand between, you're standing here, the spirit's standing there, the oracle's in the middle, and the oracle will filter that third party message to you because maybe it's a divine being and we don't understand them. The oracle, and they have to tell me something. The oracle, then the message will go through the oracle to me. They're a translator. That's what it
Ah,
is. That's what an oracle is in the spiritual world.
okay. Well, that makes sense now.
So
See,
sorry.
literal thinking versus spiritual thinking. It's a struggle.
And they have all different names. Like that's why I always say, like when people are like, "Oh, are you a psychic?" Because you told me, and I'm like, "No, I'm not psychic." Okay. Um, I don't read people's minds. I translate what the spirits say to you. So the closest to what um society would call me would be a spirit medium. I
Mm,
said, but society doesn't know anything about this shit because they don't care to know. Like this is just shit. Scientists who don't even believe in it said, this person said that they could do this. We're going to call it psychic. They made up the words. They don't
yeah,
even know what it is.
yeah,
So I don't like those titles. So the spirits have different titles for, things like obviously.
right. I
Um,
don't know if Jin was asking a question or if he was just stating, but he did tag you saying, I'm trying to get across that I'm Greek too, as a little teak. Jig, Jeff and Grease ran around the Olympic Stadium track in Delphine Sursa, 1976, and I think that last part was towards Roxanne.
I don't want to give away my age, but I was born in 1976. That might be me reincarnated. I'm just saying.
Hey, it's a possibility, right? Never sell yourself short. The possibilities could be
The
endless.
possibilities are endless. No, you know. But I always say, like, my birthday is kind of crazy when to think about now that I know all this stuff because, so I was born on the first sign on the master number in the year of the dragon. I'm like a feisty bitch, like,
Oh my goodness, you were born in the year of the dragon. I was born in the Chinese zodiac year of the
1976
horse.
is the year of the dragon. Yeah.
I was born in the
So,
zodiac sign of the horse.
and April in itself is a fire sign. So year of the dragon, I'm a fire sign, born on the master number in the first zodiac, so I'm like, damn, my birthday's crazy.
Right? Feel that. I feel that. I
like,
look at
that's
my
why
zodiacs.
I am what I am,
Yeah, I look at
Year of
my
the rat.
zodiacs plus my birth zodiac for the months and shit, and I'm just like, damn, I am such a contradiction. And the only reason why I say that is because if you go back into constellation mythology lore and so on and so forth, Virgo is the maiden that was chained to the boulder in the middle of the sea because of something that she did. I can't remember the full lore of it, but she basically Virgo is under the star sign of bound and chained, but yet in Chinese zodiac astrology, I'm under the year of the horse, which means that I'm also wild and free at the same time. So I'm fucking chained but free.
Yeah. Well, horses, right, get captured or they're used for show and whatever, and then
Broken and shit.
they're allowed to roam free after, or they can graze and stuff, but still they're serving the human who needs to ride them or whatever. So it makes sense because you're chained to like having a job by like pulling a horse and carriage, right? Like when you have a horse and carriage, the horse's job is to pull the carriage, right? So
Great. Christina,
you have a job, but you also could be free if you broke away from your job, right?
Christina, you're making me feel. Hold on, give me a second. You're making me feel like the movie Spirit. I'm the horse. I was captured by the Native Americans in the Wild Western. I broke free, never lost my spirit, but had to be chained to a bitch horse that was running beside me.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
That's exactly what it is. But yeah, no, a lot of these things we have to decipher for ourselves how it fits in with us. Oh, Petrazi, a rabbit. That's cute. The goat. Okay. Deirdre, yes. You know what? I always felt that in one of my lives I was Egyptian. And I'm gonna ask that question. I still haven't asked because some things I'm like, it's nice to just dream that it is true, like even if it isn't,
I agree because in one of my past regressions or my past life regressions, which I haven't really gone through, but I have feelings, I was in a past life due to my spirit name that I received, which was Choi Su Ming. I have this feeling that I was like an Egyptian, or not an Egyptian, a Japanese empress or an Asian empress of some kind. But I was so unknown because all I did was just keep to myself.
That could be, and like I said, like I loved anything Egypt. So when in the museums they would have like the Egyptian like mummies and they'd have what I'd be like, Mom, please, I want to go to the museum and see the Egyptian. And like I remember my father brought me once and I
Yeah.
was young, maybe like 7, and I was like, I want a little gift from the gift shop that's Egyptian, you know? And he got me like this. It was like plaster, and it was Nefertiti's, if I said that right, her head,
Oh,
like, you know,
yeah, Nefertiti.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like her head, you know.
Mhm.
And oh my God, I had that forever. I don't know what happened to it. I moved so many times, but yeah. Um,
I
and
hope it
I just,
finds itself back to you.
you never know. But I was always like, yeah, I should ask my sister if it was my mother's stuff and did she have it in storage. Hmm. Um, but anyway, like, I was like so obsessed that I'm like, I had to be like an Egyptian princess at some point or an Egyptian servant or some shit. I was in Egypt because I realized I was a duchess because I was with the other lady. So I was a duchess. I know I was a male warrior in one life. So
Right?
with that. But I know I had to be in Egypt at some point in this, you know. Um, Also someone else had like one of those dreams like with me in it. Like she
Mhm.
was like, "Hey, s- I you and I we were in Jerusalem when Jesus was born." And I was like, "What?" And
Wow.
she's like, "Yeah, I had this, like, we're ancient." I'm like, "Hello, you could call yourself ancient. Don't be calling me ancient, okay?" We don't know what kind of timeline that is in, like, spirit world. So don't be calling me ancient. And she was laughing, but she's like, we were in that time. We were together. Because I guess her guide was one of the wise men.
Mm.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, used to were there," like mentioned me. So she contacted me. She's like, "Hey, you know what?" And I was like, "What?" you know. So it's interesting. So I'm like, "Damn, I was all over the place." I mean, you know, I didn't talk to her guide, but she was really spot on in lots of things. So I didn't kind of think that she was wrong on it. Like I was like, "Oh, okay,
Mhm.
sure. I guess we were there. What were we doing?" She's like, "I don't
Right?
know," you know,
You gotta I
but
gotta
I
ask
know we were
questions
there.
now.
I was like, "Okay," I don't know what we were doing. Maybe we were like, cleaning the stables. I don't know what the fuck we were, but we were there.
I it's there's so many questions that come up with the spiritual aspect of everything. Like it in a way I'm going to kind of relate this to human society as a whole. So bear with me for a second, but
Yeah.
we go through all of these. I have questions I want to ask, and the more answers I get with more questions I receive only leads to more confusion and kind of kerfuckles my mind at this, like, to a minimum. And to some degree, I wonder if a lot of us in today's society are not so confused with our own selves that we are spiritually lost, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? Like, even when I first got my spiritual awakening vision,
Mhm.
um, it was told to me in such a way that it was kind of like a movie that I didn't know whether I was just having some kind of brain fart, and that's why I couldn't move for 5 hours. I didn't go to the bathroom. I didn't eat. I didn't do nothing. For 5 hours, I just sat there and got this download of this movie that played in my head, okay?
Right.
About this spiritual stuff that was going on. Um, and so I was by myself in this because I couldn't tell anybody. I did try to tell my sister, and she said I had a brain tumor. Um, but since that was about 6 years ago, probably I would be dead already. I had a brain tumor, but anyway, she thought I had a brain tumor and I should go get a MRI of my head and like, was like I nobody understood, And then I found this community and people understood what, because a lot of people get downloads. Like I didn't know what you called them. they were like, a lot of people call them spiritual awakening visions. Other people
Hmm.
call them downloads, but they
Yeah,
understand.
remote
They
downloads
know
and
what
stuff
they
like that.
are.
Hmm.
And so I didn't know how to interpret it. I was like, am I actually that I took it so literal that I was trying to learn how to see without glasses. I was trying to get into shape, so I was trying to like run and it was like
You were
it was like
literally preparing for a war.
I was literally preparing for a physical war, not understanding that this was going to be a mental and spiritual war
Yeah,
on
those are two different
human race,
levels.
It's you're right, but they showed it to you because how do you explain to somebody that you're showing a vision to that this is all like a mind thing? You can't. You have to try to explain it to them the way they can understand it.
And then it's
But
up to them to interpret it.
and you gotta, yeah, you have to interpret it. So a lot of things I was like, I don't understand. Like, I still don't understand some of them, but like others I was like, okay, I understand that when they say, okay, when they said, oh, you're the universe, like a universal protector, I
Hmm.
understood that I'm protecting my universe. Like, the world around me I have to protect, like not the whole entire universe. How would I do it, right? Even though I was totally prepared to be like, okay, I'll go to space, I'll protect the universe. But that's not what they were meaning. But
Right.
I was full on getting ready for like, I gotta learn how to shoot a gun. I gotta go to the shooting
Not
range. Like, like I was
not
full on ready
realizing
that
that
we were
guns
gonna
are
have
not
like
going
a
to affect
war,
a spirit.
and I'm gonna have to fight. But of course that wasn't what they're talking about. But
Mm.
when it first happens, if you take it too literal, that's what you're gonna be doing. Exactly what I was doing. I was training my eyes. I said, nope, take off your glasses. You're gonna walk back and forth, and because I'm nearsighted, so I can't see far away. I'm like, you're gonna stand there and just focus until your eyes can see what that fucking sign says. And I was doing that for weeks on end. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I haven't worn glasses since then, by the way, I'm just saying.
Ooh. Hey, if it worked, it worked. Do you, boo? Congrats.
Yeah. I mean, still sometimes words far away, but I don't drive or anything, so I'm like, who the fuck cares? But I'm the reason why that was one of the big things that I said I was gonna do was because it was during COVID and the
Hmm.
store that and my prescription changed and I needed glasses and nothing was opened. And I was like, am I gonna fuck up my eyes more with these stupid glasses that obviously are not working anymore? And then I'm like, what happens if we do have the spiritual war? How am I gonna get glasses? How am I gonna fight with glasses on? This was my
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, it was you were
And I
taking everything
went,
to such a literal extent that it was just
yeah,
like you had to physically get there.
I had to get there. And I did, like, even Benny said to me like maybe 6 months ago, she's like, you're still not wearing your glasses? I'm like, no, hell no, I could see. You know, I could see well enough that I don't need them. I could see, that she said gin up the base. No, I don't. LOL on this little tiny, it's tiny on the StreamYard screen.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's why usually I look over at the other phone. So if you see me go like this, I'm trying to look at the full
I
screen of the chat, but I can see it, which is like
I may have to
before.
start using your technique because I'm sitting on my bed, like not even a foot away from my computer, and all I see is is the orange highlight on where Jin tagged me in the chat, but I can't read
Yeah,
shit.
right. But and that's why I have my second phone. I just go down there and I'm like, okay. So if you see me do that, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to look at the other one because I can't. Sometimes
Yeah,
it goes so fast that because you can only see one comment on StreamYards at a time. So it's
yeah, that's
like,
why I try to read it out to you whenever I see a question and I'm
yeah,
sitting here.
yep.
I try to be helpful.
Not working for me. What were you trying to explain, my darling? The only
Uh,
thing that can stop a bad spirit with a gun is a good spirit with a gun.
I don't
Jen.
know this, Jin. I don't know this, okay? Because there's no good spirits with guns. They have them. They're just too polite to use them.
Well, in my yeah, in my, like I said, it was a spiritual war we were having. It was like good humans and good spirits against bad humans and evil spirits.
Hmm.
And really, I didn't realize they were going to talk about that we're in it now in this political thing. I didn't know that that's what they were going to, that I literally thought I was going to be fighting angels.
Well,
Like,
see,
this is what I thought, like bad angels, fallen angels. I wasn't going to
I,
fight the good angels. I was fighting the bad angels because I'm on the good side, right? So I
I
literally thought I'm going to be fighting, fallen angels and evil spirits and evil people, like, not realizing that the evil people are just real bad people, like,
yeah, the ones with the ill
and probably their
intentions
spirit
and
guides that go along with them was probably what they were trying to show, which made more sense to me now. But and what started getting me to really understand that at first I kind of poo-pooed the the vision until I realized that a lot of like the names of the and the energy of these different people that were in my vision
hmm.
were actual spirit guides of people that I started to come across. And I'm like,
That's
wait, what's
awesome.
the spirit guide's name? I'm like, that person was in my vision. They did this, like I was like, wait a minute. Like, and it
So
all
you
started
knew
to
the
click.
people through the spirit
That
guides.
I knew the I yeah, well what happened was the spirit guides, these people's spirit guides were the ones. So when my spirit guides played this out in my head,
Hmm.
the characters they used were people that I knew spirit guides.
Hmm.
They used them as the characters, right?
Hmm.
So of course I wouldn't know them off the bat, and they would be new to me because obviously they didn't want to. I'm not going to be fighting people that I know in my vision because that'd be weird, right? Like you'd be
Right.
like, these people are bad. I'm not going to talk to them anymore. So they
Right.
had to put in, other characters, and stuff like that. And the characters they used were people's spirit guides, people that I knew, and they obviously know their guides because, and I was just like, wait, you have an elemental that's named Logan? And then I'm like, wait, you have a water elemental that's named that, and that was the name of the water beast in hell that you know helped me. And like I was like, wait a minute, wait the fuck a minute. And then it all started to click to me that the these beings, or that I was seeing in my vision, that were helping me and stuff, were my friends or people I knew on the internet spirit guide.
Mm.
It was crazy. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, and see, we're like all connected through a spiritual level, and we were all meant to meet because our spirit guides all knew each other, and our spirit guides knew us in a last life or the life before we were related.
See, now
um
this makes me want to pull you off to a sidebar on one of these freaking days and just sit here and talk to you and ask you so many
yeah.
questions when we're not on a live stream. So we need to get in touch and do that.
So brother, I was saying earlier the first 3 days were rough, but now I can see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't think it's an oncoming change. Oh, well, that's good, Jin. You're just gonna get better and better, I'm sure.
Oh, John from Las Vegas. Hi. Sorry we
Hi,
didn't see you until
John.
now.
I know
John
we
from
were
Las
really.
Vegas had just said to Jin, I hope you feel better. Hello, everyone else I love.
Thank you, John. Sorry, we got so
Involved in topics
enthralled
about spiritual
enthralled in
stuff.
our topics of we were supposed to play games, and here we have been yapping for an hour and 34 minutes. You like
I
the conversation? Great. Well, there is 17 people still watching, so obviously they don't mind
we
us
haven't
yapping.
run them off yet. I mean, hey, we got to be doing something right.
So yeah. Um
Um, I have been watching your videos on those shorts. Oh, by the way, don't forget to get up and stretch, honey, because you have been going through pain and physical therapy stuff. So don't
yeah.
forget to get up and stretch.
I took
Um,
an anti-inflammatory before I started the stream, which probably saved me because they actually finally, finally, one of the doctors, instead of trying to shove me pain medicine because I don't take it, I'll put a patch on my back, I'll put ice, I'll put heat, I'll do all this shit, I'll do exercise, I'll go to physical therapy. I don't want to depend on taking pain medicine. I want there to be a light at the end of the tunnel without drugging myself up. So I have
right.
not taken. And when I went to the pain management doctor, and he's like, "Oh, you can take something." I'm like, "Listen to me." He's like, "You can barely walk." And I'm like, "I understand this." He's like, "You screamed at my receptionist because you couldn't sit anymore because your tailbone hurt." I go, "I understand this." He's like, "And all I could see on your MRI of your neck is that you have arthritis and bulging discs." He's like, "So that shouldn't hurt so much." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Anyway, that shouldn't hurt so much. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
anyway, the most pain is not in my neck, it's in my lower back, and that's what's fucked up. And we didn't get an MRI of that yet. He's like, why?
Right.
I'm like, "Well, the insurance wants me to take 6 weeks of physical therapy. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh, well, here's an anti-inflammatory. You'll take the anti-inflammatory? I'm like, yeah, thanks. You're the first one who offered me one and not tried to drug me up. He's
Right.
like, well, I did try to drug you up, but you didn't want it.
You said no, so there goes that plan out the
So
window.
here's
No.
an anti-inflammatory and keep going to your physical therapy. And I was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, and I'm gonna request an MRI too, maybe two different doctors, maybe they'll give you one. I'm like, gee,
I
thanks.
hope so. I hope
So
so.
I'm waiting, But yeah. Oh, I'm glad you guys are liking the
The
conversation.
conversation, yeah. I have trivia questions set up here, but I'm just too engaged with what we're talking about because ooh, what the hell was that?
What, did you see somebody? Because there's somebody right here talking in my ear going to
No,
90
I
miles
just
an hour.
heard a loud ass scream like somebody was mad. Like they went "Ah!" kind of sound.
And it was from my
It
speakers, right?
it was either your speakers or it came through my headset.
Yeah, if you heard it through your headset, it's through StreamYards. This person is yelling at me while they're trying to get my attention, and they're talking, and I'm not sure what they want because I haven't been listening because, of course, I'm engaging with you guys. And I will talk to you unless it's a damn emergency right after this. But that's
Please
the
be
person.
patient.
Yeah, hi, Daryl. But I will maybe chitty chat with everybody. Daryl, hello, a little bit, and I'm just gonna ask because maybe they have a question for you guys. So, or they have something to tell one of you, and that's why they're yelling at me. So let's just see.
Okay,
And I'll
that's
give you
fine.
the
That's
floor
fine
for a
cuz that
second.
hurt my ear.
Yeah,
That hurt my ear.
and he's yelling in my ear, so you can imagine if it hurt your ear, what it sounds like in mine.
Oh goodness, I am so empathetic to you right now. Go ahead and do your thing, boo boo.
Yeah.
Hi, Daryl.
Hey.
All right, Robert, we appreciate you sticking around and hanging out with us. And we're sorry that we didn't get to the questions of the trivias tonight. We hoped you had fun with the engaging conversation, but definitely get yourself some rest and have some sweet dreams, okay? Feel better. And I saw that you had teeth pulled. So, yeah,
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
go get
feel
yourself
better.
some rest.
Good night, Robert. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yeah. No, they just wanted to know if They came from one of you guys. I didn't ask who, but obviously because the spirit guide was probably like, "You're driving me crazy. Go over there." They just want to cross over, and I was like, "Yeah," after the live stream. So yeah, they shouldn't be yelling at us anymore. It wasn't a message kind of thing. They just really wanted to know, hey,
Yeah, they were impatiently wanting to ask you a simple
yeah,
question, and I get that. Like, hey, I know that, like, for spirits and future possibilities, please do not be rude whenever you are coming over to Christina. She is a very sweet woman and will happily talk to you. If you could just, hey, I have a quick question. Do you mind answering this for me? It's a lot better than trying to scream her ear off, and it's more respectable.
yeah. You know what it was because I just had it turned. I tuned out because I was talking to you guys, so I could tell because of all the static in my ear that someone was talking. But sometimes
Hmm.
they talk amongst each other. But then when you said it, I'm like, because my ear was starting to get progressively, it started to get closer and closer and closer. And then when you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's this guy. This
Dude,
guy
I
standing
get it.
here trying to yell in my ear. But I was closed off. So
Yeah,
if if I wasn't closed off, I would have been able to communicate maybe telepathically with him. But I even had that. I was like, I was not listening.
yeah.
So yeah, that
Well,
was the
that's
whole
kind
thing.
of like where
Um,
I would sit there and recommend imagining a door that says please knock before entering on it.
I should just leave a note here, like after the live stream, we'll do a crossing before I start, and
Yeah,
then
that way whenever
like
you
read the
hear it, you can
sign,
just point it. Yep. Yep.
read the sign, you
That
know.
sounds like a
That
brilliant
should be,
idea.
yeah. I'm gonna make a cigarette. I'll be right back.
Take your time. Take your time. Um, but yeah, it so many questions. Okay. Well, while she is sitting here and making herself a cigarette and doing her stuff,
That was fast.
Oh,
It's
you're
just
back.
very
Woohoo!
noisy. It's noisy, so I don't want to turn on the machine when
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's one
sound
of those
song. 'Cause
automatic cigarette makers.
yeah, yeah. So it's not
Gotcha.
that it takes long. I just have to turn off the sound so I don't bother you guys.
Well, I panic when I'm on dead air, as you can tell. No.
Yeah. Janelle, hello, lovely. Who else we
Yes.
got? Jeff, lovely to see you. Hey, AL, how are you, darling?
Oh shoot, Skinner's in here. Woohoo! Hey,
Skinner's in
Skinner.
here. Yep.
But yeah, within the spiritual aspect of everything, like with what we were discussing prior with
Mhm.
the spiritual awakening and the taking things literal and then moving forward. I'm still trying to catch up if you can't tell. Hold on. I momentarily broke focus and now I'm screwed. What were we talking about?
Um, well, I was talking about the connection between everybody through the spirit guides,
There
and
you go.
yeah. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Oh, thanks for sitting here listening. Still in healing mode. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. Yes, no, a brain fart is a huge thing with this ADHD noggin.
It happens to the best of us because I like even yesterday, like we were in a group and we had to talk,
Oh my
and
goodness.
like they were recording it, so you couldn't interrupt the other like person talking, and all I wanted to do was interrupt them, and I'm like, shut up, shut up, shut up. Yeah, like don't talk until they're finished. I'm such a loud mouth, but I'm like, if I don't talk, I'm gonna forget. And they had a paper and pen, and I really should have sat there and wrote like what I wanted to say so I could remember, all the things I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you get sidetracked
Distraction.
from even writing, and then you forget what
Yes.
you're gonna say.
Yes, I empathize with you wholeheartedly on that because I I don't know if I've mentioned this. I do write. I am a writer, and so like creative brain block and creative blockage is a massive thing that I understand. But with our connection back to the fucking topic, so we can stay on track because I feel like I'm distracting us again. With the connection to everybody, and you knew who they were because of their spirit guides through what you saw in your awakening vision,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Let us discuss that further.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've had spirit guides from the chat come in
Yeah.
to your vision.
Like let's say like Jen's spirit guide. His
Mhm.
name is Jack. Okay. In my vision, Jack he was actually like a computer program, highly intelligent, like an AI computer program that like uh he would keep me laughing, but he knew exactly how to make my coffee and all this stuff, right? And he helped with a lot of different things in the vision, let's say, And so I realized after talking to him a while, right, that the Jack was him, And like I said, I realized that like Drew's paranormal vlog, one of the girls that I'm close with, that she has a water elemental whose name was the name of this sea. It looked like a sea dragon kind of thing in the swamp of hell,
Mhm.
that like kind of helped me, and then so all these things, yeah. So and then once I started really interacting with everybody's spirit guides, that I start realizing the names. I'm like, wait the fuck a minute. Like, so obviously those people who the spirit guides were in, let's say the dream, right?
Mhm.
The um those people were going to be instrumental in helping me and the spiritual thing that we're going through,
Yeah, this whole spiritual
Yeah,
battle awakening that we're having.
yeah, or they or somebody that their spirit guide's going to send to me to help or something. You know what I'm saying? Is going to help me with it. So it's like, but it just shows you how like Drew is in the UK, and
Mhm.
it's like so far away. Like, how is it possible that she's in the mix of this that we're going through in the US, right? Let's say. Um, but like I said, it's not only mental, but bad spirits could travel from anywhere, and when there's a lot of bad energy in a place, like let's say the United States, it
Mhm.
attracts more bad energy from all
Mm.
over, right?
Yeah.
So
Energies are drawn to the same energies that they feel that they can connect and have easier manipulation and control over,
right.
depending on who they're working with, what they're doing, and why they're doing it.
Mhm. Oh,
Uh,
it was Jen. I put a little follow-up video. You have to see it. So cute. I mean, it was just a little short, but I put in a few things in there that I thought you guys would like. I could play it real quick. Do you mind?
Go ahead. Go right ahead. This
I,
is your
I
channel, not mine.
I'll wait. Layout. Let me just put it on me for 1 second, so that I can play you guys this. So you can see this, what I was talking about with this. Where's the shorts? Okay, with this life statue, because it was so cool. Okay, wait. Let me put up the volume. So I'm sorry, guys, that we had to cancel our live stream, but I told you I went to AMC Theater. I saw Wicked. It was for a June's Journey event, and here's how it went. So here we are. We're downstairs, and what a cute setup, let me tell you. Look how adorable all this stuff is. And I mean, they really did such a gorgeous job. They got snacks, little food, there's a whole bunch of people. Super excited. I'm excited to be here. So yeah, so let's see the movie Wicked. I took some pictures with June. She's so tall. Look how short I am. Here's some of the movie. The only part they'd let me show on YouTube. Guys, look at this. Look at the horse with the. I'm sure I can't play the music, but look. I thought it was a horse, and then I realized it was a guy. And the driver's like dancing. Oh, it's a bicycle. I love it. That's so cute. It's better than the horses, I think. That's so fun. Okay, guys, I'm in Manhattan. Look at this big, humongous hotel. Haunted or not? What do you think? That was a crazy one. I don't know. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, ooh, that's a hotel that probably has a lot of stories. Oh, look how big it is. I had a great time. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Look at this statue. Oh, wait. Oh, you're fabulous. We also got a goodie bag. Yeah. So he was fabulous. And then I just show the goodies. Wait, let me put us back so that Tired back there, her little circle.
I have to have my
There we go.
little circle. It's the only thing that makes me feel protected in the world around me.
Yeah. I had two of those little that look like mini soda cans were actually white wine. It was some good ass white wine too. I had two of them. So I was a little, happy and relaxed. I didn't take any of my medicine purposely in case they had any alcohol.
Right.
Um, yeah, but so that was we had that little fun. But that that guy, when he was still and all his stuff was spray painted and it looked like
A
because he had
statue.
all those things too, it just looked like an installment that they put there. When he moved, I almost had a heart attack. I was like,
Living art, my friend, living art. Those are
yeah,
living statues. I am very amazed how they are able to hold that held position for so long without leaning against anything. Because there are statues that I have seen that are just out in the open with no walls and they're just on a platform and they hold that position all day.
oh no. I mean, he moves a little, obviously, but at that point, he was just sitting there. I guess he was tired, right? So he was just sitting there. And he's not this tired. He was tired. Tired.
Dang it, my name's getting around.
Yeah, and so he was just sitting there, and so I took a picture, and then he moved, and I was like, wait. And then I asked him like, how long did it take to do the makeup? He's like, well, he goes, it takes me a little while to spray paint everything perfectly, the stuff, but once it's spray painted, unless I have to touch it up a little, you know. So that took about, a few hours to spray paint that. He goes, I have this gold outfit, which was so perfect. He go right down to the sneakers and everything. So he goes, I only have to paint my face and my hands, and that takes 5 minutes. I was like, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deidre has wrote and she says, "Hey, Christina and Tired. I really enjoyed the show today, but it's time for me to get ready for bed. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. Good night,
Yeah,
Deidre.
thank you so much. Thank you for being a member and hanging out with us. We love you. Sweet dreams.
Sweet
You see, I already
dreams."
have my pajamas on. I'm ready after this. Do my crossover, jump in bed.
Oh, honey, I live in my pajamas. I never get out of them unless I have to go out in public, and even then, it's a tedious task.
Yeah.
Um, did you want to
Yep.
just wrap up early tonight? Would you like to go on so you can do your trivias? Do you want to keep talking? What would you like to do? Because I don't want to keep you if you're going to be in
Oh
pain
no.
soon.
Well, no, right now I'm okay, and we only been here not even 2 hours. I mean, for me, if you'd like to chat a little more, I'd like that.
I would
Probably don't want
love
to go to
that.
the game because I don't know if my mind is into it. But if you guys don't mind hearing us chat a little more, then we'll
Are
do
you
that.
guys all right with us just sitting here continuing on conversations? Because, oh, wait, hold on. Roxanne made a comment. Tired, me too. I'm such an introvert. Yeah, that's kind of why we're having this chat session tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Colt.
Hi, Colt.
Yeah, chitty chat away. Okay, great. Yeah. So we'll just keep talking, some
I'm glad that
spiritual.
we're able to entertain them.
Yeah. I mean, we got 20 people here watching us chitty chat, so it's good.
Hey,
Sometimes you just have to chitty chat about something that's nice too, because this
I
is really nice.
feel that it's the
Jackie.
vibrations we put off together, and this, like, I feel that we just have this energy together that just brings this peace and this calm to everybody that heals us or hears us. I don't know why I said heals us. Hears us.
It does heal people too sometimes to hear other people talk about things that a lot of people don't ask these questions. I mean, like, who are you going to talk to about it
They're
sometimes
too
too? You
scared
don't know
to. They're too
who to
scared
mention
to.
this to, or like if you have questions about, hey, like you, hey, I heard a voice, like, and I've been in a lot of streams, like I've been on people's panel and I've stopped dead in my track and I'd be like, did you just hear the woman say this? And all of them will just stop for a second and they're like, yeah, you have someone at your house? I'm like, no, I'm by myself. And
Uh,
everybody just stops then. They heard it too. And it was picked up in the audio, and the people in the chat were like, yeah, somebody said this. And I was like, yeah, there's somebody talking. And sometimes it's not even a spiritual play. Hey, Nez, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're well, and I hope your daughter's doing well. Um,
oh, Nez,
Nez,
I didn't know your daughter was having issues. I hope she feels well. And hello. Go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I always just ask how Diana is. I don't think she was having any issues. I just always say I hope she's well because
Oh,
I'm with
crap.
them.
Okay. Well, my
Hey,
bad. I totally blew that out of proportion.
that's okay. Listen, maybe you know something I didn't know, but I'm sure they're all well. I just always ask because we love them. Yeah.
She says, hi,
My
my
daughter's
daughter is
fine,
fine.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Because you have to, when you see Nez, you also have to ask about Diana and
I may
um
not have met Diana, or I may be too confused with how many people I do talk to or meet or casually cast. God, I can't talk tonight. Casually cast. Wow. Casually pass by. My dyslexia is on point.
yeah,
I am so sorry.
Nez has a beautiful channel where she does painting. Oh,
Oh,
she has
lovely.
some beautiful artwork. She
Really,
turned
I will
12
definitely.
yesterday. Wow, already Diana's 12? Holy cow.
Woo
That's
woo!
why when
Happy
you're having
belated
12,
birthday.
Nez, my son is 20. Okay. He turned 20. I keep saying he's 19, but he turned 20. You know, but
I love
support
you,
one another.
Julin.
We support everybody, okay? We love everybody. Um, and yeah, so spiritually, it's hard to find. And even like I go to, yeah, your son's 22 already. I know. Can you imagine? And my daughter's 26, and I have a grandson who's 3, and I'm like, holy crap, I'm old. Anyway, holy crap, I'm old. No, um, but yeah, that's what. Oh, how was your son's? He had blood poisoning. Oh, type because he has type 2 diabetes.
Something got screwed up in his body.
Oh no. Oh, I'm glad he's okay. And didn't no, it was you who had the Spirit Stalker, you had the surgery not too long ago. I hope everything's well with that. I know everybody's going through something, but I think it's the stress of life too that doesn't help with all this stuff. So
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And it just, with everything else that's happening, it only adds more pressure that just keeps putting its thumb on top of us.
yep, like my physical therapist is like, "Do your exercises. You have to do your exercise." I go, "Lady, you're
Do my
acting like
exercises.
I sit on my ass all day, like And she goes, "Well, your back is very tight." I'm like, "Cause I'm in fucking pain." Okay, has nothing. Well, take your pain medicine. I'm like, "Why do you keep trying to drug me?" I'm like,
Y-
that's what I say to her. Why do you all keep trying to drug me?
Well,
I
see,
need
that's
a
my
clear
huge
mind.
problem.
I do not want, and I know and my pain level is crazy. Okay,
Mm.
and like the pain management doctor said, he's like, "But I don't understand why you want to be in this pain." I go, "I don't, but I want to find natural ways to be helpful. I want to find out what I have, first of all, because you don't even know what the fuck is wrong with my back, yet you have done every shitting thing to me, you know, but do a fucking MRI of my back, you know? You've tried to drug me. I'm taking physical therapy. She hurt my tailbone so bad I thought I wasn't going to be able to walk for a week. Like, and you still don't know what's wrong with my back, um,
Spirit
so
Stalker said that she had back injections and she has another one on December 3rd.
Oh, so you're having that too. See, that's the original reason, supposedly, why I was going to this pain management, because they wanted to see if they were going to give me shots. And he's like, "Well, you only have bulging discs and arthritis in your neck. I don't know why you need the shots." I'm like, "Okay. So how does that pain go away?" And he's like, "Well, you could just take pain medicine." And I'm like, "Listen to me, idiot. I'm not gonna
Y-
just be on pain medicine for the rest of my life. Like, there has to be something else, right?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "Well, usually that what you have doesn't give so much pain." He goes, "That's what I'm saying. So I don't understand like why you're having this pain level. And if it's in your lower back, then there's something going on." And so I have an EMG scheduled, which is like to see how your nerves and your muscles work together. And then I have a balance test coming up in December. So I have those two tests um coming up. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I still have my physical therapy for at least 2.5 more weeks. So until I can get an MRI on my lower back and we can see what the hell is going on. So there you go. They burn
Yeah.
the nerve. The shots? Oh yeah, I probably would have told them no, go screw yourself.
Pam
Like
says,
even
"Hi, Christina. How are you doing? How's everyone else doing in the chat, by the way? Sorry."
hi Pan, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for joining, Pan. Yeah, so that's that. Even when they told me I had high cholesterol, he's like, "Take your high cholesterol medicine every day," because my whole family has high cholesterol. And I'm like, how can I get around taking the high cholesterol medicine, right? And so someone told me I lowered my cholesterol 53 points in 1 month by taking these pills it's a vitamin. They're aged fermented black garlic.
Mm.
And I got a big special on these, and they were like $9 a bottle on this, because everywhere else they're like 23 on this website. And so I'm gonna finish this bottle, which will be a month, and I'm gonna go back to the doctor. I'm like, test my cholesterol again to see how this is all going, because if these are working, I'm just gonna get these.
Hmm.
Um, and I won't tell him that I'm not taking his stupid
Right.
if it's working.
Yeah. Well,
Whatever.
see, that's the thing. I'm one of those. I've tried to go to the doctors so many times that I've just decided to start doing my
Yeah.
own homeopathic remedies and pseudoscience. And
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe that garlic helps with inflammation and so many other things. Cinnamon, whenever you're sick, if you put it into tea with honey, will help with the inflammation of the lungs so you can breathe better. Honey is basically like a little mucus coating for your throat if it's dried out. Lemon juice will give you a boost in your vitamin C. And like I literally look at my kitchen as an edible alchemy lab.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing too, you know. Garlic even helps with your blood sugar and all this stuff. If you have diabetes, it helps with it. Like, you know, all sorts of things. Like, so they do help, but it's like it's hard to eat enough of it 'cause sometimes you're not eating anything with garlic, right? Or
Right.
you don't have it in the house or whatever. But so these vitamins, you know, hopefully will do the trick. So I don't need the painkillers after the injections for about 6 months. See, that's at least a better, like, just to be popped up on painkillers, you know, and maybe
Um,
depending on what they give you to be, you know, Yvonne, stuck on them and dependent on them. I don't want to do that. And that's why I I have avoided it at every turn. I have creams, I have lotions, I have anti-inflammatory. I have everything. The patches, like the Laticome patches, the icy hot patches. I have done everything in the world, the stupid exercises to not take the pain medicine. Um, because I'm like, it's not a fix. It's just gonna see. And my thing is too, you don't even know what's wrong with me yet, right?
mhm.
You're gonna give me this pain medicine, and what if I injure myself more because I don't feel like I'm in pain, and if I can do something that fucks me up even more? You don't know what's wrong with me, and until
Um,
you can tell me without a doubt what's wrong with me, I'm definitely not gonna take it. You know?
yeah, I
Uh,
have a little side note. Petrazi had wrote in here a few minutes ago, but I didn't want to interrupt you until I had a break. He said they said I had an EMG done last year. It's a weird test. They prick your nerves with needles.
yeah, I had read that, but I didn't get it because I was in the middle of my thought.
Go ahead. I'm
Actually,
so sorry.
that's okay. One of my other friends had it too, and he's like, "And do you feel like that for a week you still feel like you're being pricked?" He was like, "I hated it." And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a choice, you know, in the matter really, because I want to find out what's wrong with me, right? So we got to have the stupid test." But, you know,
Yeah.
oh, they did that to my calves. Yeah. Yeah. So to me, taking pain medicine is it it's just like a quick fix, and it just masks your problem. And then
Mhm.
I feel like I said, like, because I can feel the pain and when it happens and what it feels like, I could explain it to the doctors. I can
Mhm.
take it easy when the pain gets too bad. Hey, Damon,
Hey,
when the pain
Damon, be
gets,
safe while you're driving to DC.
oh yes, be safe, sweetheart.
Um,
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
you don't
So
want to take the pain medicine and live off of it.
well, that too, but also, like I said, I don't want to injure myself, you know, because I feel like I'm fine and then I lift something I shouldn't or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Um, when my back really hurts, I know, hey, it's time to relax, and then I'll feel a little better. If you're hopped up on the pain meds, you don't know that it's hurting or not hurting, and that you should
Yeah.
rest it.
Yeah, you don't know that you're putting more strain on it than what is
Right.
required and that you've overdone it and because
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
pain medications block the inhibitors from telling you that.
Yeah. I use the patches, and you know, I haven't even taken the ibuprofen because it messes with my stomach.
Oh
So I don't take
goodness.
that. I just do the patches, and I do have a cream. I don't use it super a lot because the creams can mess with your liver. So, but
Have you
if I'm
tried that Tiger's
dying,
Balm?
then I'll use the well, it's cream the doctor gives you, of course. Even the cream that they gave me for my fasciitis on my foot.
Mhm.
Uh, cause liver damage. I'm like, why the fuck does the cream cause liver damage? So
Yeah,
you just
see,
have to really only use it when you're dying, and that's what I do. Like yesterday, I knew I was going to be walking a lot. I was in the city. I was wearing fancier boots, even though they were flat. I said, no, use the cream. First
uh-huh,
time I used it, just so in case you're not dying by the end of the night, and you
right.
don't have to carry different shoes with you or whatever. So I use everything super sparingly. But anyway,
Of course. Well, you kind of got
um,
to. But that's also what my problem is with doctors nowadays is I feel like they just want to get you in, get you seen so that way they can get the paycheck and not really give a crap about what's actually physically happening to you because I feel a lot of doctors in society nowadays don't care to listen to what the patient is describing to them because they have this I know it all mentality.
yeah. Well, it's funny. The pain management doctor said to me, okay, so your tailbone's real hurting. It's inflamed. She screwed it up. No problem. Go to a chiropractor. He's like, man, you're giving the doctors all this money. You've gone to how many doctors this month? I go, listen. And I go, well, the sad part is you still haven't figured out what the fuck's wrong with me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've been to every fucking doctor. The pain hasn't stopped. In fact, some of it's gotten worse since she was messing with my back, and you still don't know what's wrong with me, except for something in my neck's wrong. When are we gonna find out the rest? And that's when he's like, I'll just request the MRI too. Within 2 weeks, you'll have it. I said, from your lips to God's ears, because insurance gave me a hard time. I called them yelling. Um,
Screaming, throwing a fit, like yeah.
well, because they were like, oh, well, you have to take painkillers for 6 weeks to see if it works. I'm like, of course, painkillers are gonna work. But I'm not a fucking horse. You're not gonna give me
Right.
painkillers and then shoot me if it doesn't work. Like, just give me the fucking MRI. What the
Right.
fuck is
Figure out
wrong with
what's
you?
actually fucking wrong with me before you go
And
try
then
to
she's
hop me up on
like,
opioids.
okay, well, if you don't want to take the pain medicine, then you have to take 6 weeks of physical therapy. I'm like, fine. So I started the physical therapy, and I'm on week 3.5. So yeah, I'm pretty sure 3.5 or 4. But anyway, so um oh, eat something, Lynn, definitely. So
Spirit
yeah.
Stalker, or her name is Yvonne, right?
Yvonne, yes.
Yvonne. She says my doc paralyzed my right knee to ankle, and I walk with a limp after hip surgery. He screwed my life up, and I couldn't sue.
Yep, that's what happened to our friend Mary. She's in the hospital again, so please pray for Mary.
Sending her
Who's
tons of
gonna be
healing
my
vibes.
co-host on Thursday. She had a surgery for her back where they put in the electronic because her back hurts so much. They put in this, I don't know what it is, a box that gives you like electrical currents. Like they put it
Kind of
inside of
like
you. And
a self shocking system.
yeah, that helps with your back so you don't have to be on all this pain medicine all the time and all this shit that screws up the rest of your body, right? So they put it on the outside first to see if it works. And on the outside, it was working okay. And she's like, yeah, okay, this is fine. And her other friend had got it and it worked out well. So she goes, yeah, okay, put it in. They put it in. It ends up her body started rejecting the device, and she started seizing and all this stuff, and she almost died. Her general doctor told the guy who put it in, take it out right now. And he's like, no, it can't be that. He's like, if you don't take it out and something happens to her, first of all, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna take it out. I don't give a shit if I can do it or not. I'm gonna pull it the fuck out. He goes, but I'm gonna sue you.
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't, but I can. And the guy was like, I guess because he was above him or whatever. And he was like, okay, whatever. And they took it out. But she would have died if he didn't get it, if the other doctor didn't say, you take it out of there right now.
Yeah.
Her body was allergic to it, rejected it. And when they put it in, he nicked a nerve and she can't walk either.
Jesus.
So that's what happened there. So that's why I'm like, I hope they don't tell me that because I'm not getting it. I'm they
I-
ain't going in there doing nothing. Then I guess my
I-
only option is to take the shots because they're putting that shit in me. Or
Dude,
I'll
I
just
would
keep on.
refuse in a heartbeat. Not
Yeah.
after hearing that kind of horror story. Fuck that, man.
They nipped her nerve. They had her paralyzed. They almost killed her because she was allergic. Yeah, it was a big to do, and that's when her whole life went downhill. And she couldn't sue either because they were like, "What if you get better?" She's like, "How am I gonna get better?" And you
Right.
could only sue within the first 2 years, but because they thought it might get better, they didn't let her sue. Yeah. So
Well, it's clearly not gotten better after 2 years, so she should try to
yeah.
figure out how to, like, not saying this in a way that, like, I'm demanding
Oh
it,
yeah.
but, like,
No,
I'm strongly suggesting that she find a way to sue these fuckers.
yeah, they won't let her. She tried everything too. They would not let her sue.
Damn.
Nobody would take the case. It was a whole big thing. And she's like, I don't even want money. I want this motherfucker to lose his license, like
Yeah. Why
like
should
I,
you continue to practice if you're doing malpractice?
yeah, so it was bad. Yeah. After 2 days, you can't. 2 years, you can't. Right, Spirit Stalker, right? Yeah.
Spirit Stalker also said above that the doctor hit her femoral nerve.
Right. That's what it is. There's so many nerves and stuff. If they freaking nip you, you're done. And that's what they did to her. And it was in her lower back. They fucked her all up. She can't walk, legs down, nothing.
Jolie, hi, nice to see you. I haven't seen you
Jolie!
here before. Oh, she knows you. She said I had lower back pain for years. Sorry.
Jolie is Trucker John's mod. I know her from Trucker
Oh,
John. Yeah.
okay. Well, hello and greetings. I'm not usually up here. Hello. She says I had lower back pain for years. Went to a podia, a
She went to the
podiatrist.
podiatrist and they
Oh,
gave her
podiatrist.
2 inserts. Follow up and told me I was worse. He insisted. I kept going. After a couple of months, my back pain was gone. You know what? Funny enough, I have fasciitis in my foot, so I just went and got a 3D print of my foot so that they could send it to make molds. But I know they know that my back is separate from my fasciitis because it goes, no, that's not causing your back pain. But anyway, because we did that too because they thought maybe it's a podiatry problem, right? Because you can't wear socks. I haven't worn socks in about 10 years because it I don't know, constricts my foot and it feels like someone's stabbing me in the middle of my foot from underneath the floor. So I don't wear socks.
Ooh.
I have to wear very flat shoes and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, nah, let's get you some special inserts. And it would be fine. Yeah, damn, we're all broken. That's right, Yvonne. And but they think that's just gonna help with my fasciitis. He goes, whatever's going on in your back. When I explained it to him with the electrical shock feeling and the burning all up and down my spine and all this stuff, he goes, no, that has nothing to do with your fasciitis. Believe me. I'm like, okay. So yeah, back to the obviously have a back problem. But I thank God, I knock on wood that everything else, like I don't have diabetes and all these other things and all these pills that I take.
Yeah.
And everything else. Knock on wood again. So the only thing I have is a little high cholesterol, which runs in my family, and it's not even like I have to have a special diet because I don't eat meat, I don't eat fried food, none of that stuff because I'm a vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to eat healthy. So yeah, so it's if I have nothing to eat, I'll eat a can of vegetables. I'm like really weird that way. So it's not like, it was an eating thing. It's just genetic, so it's not gonna kill me because it's genetic. My mother
Right.
had high cholesterol. She died of cancer. She didn't die of high cholesterol. And my mother's cholesterol ran 280 for about 15 years. That was her norm.
Jeez.
They couldn't get it down or anything. She just ran 280, and she's like, "Well, it's okay because it's always that way." She got
Right.
like those cholesterol bumps all over her face, but her cholesterol wouldn't go down. That's what she ran, no matter what they did, and she was just like, whatever. Now my sister has it. Everybody has high cholesterol. So, and my sister's a vegan. See, I'm a vegetarian. I do eat dairy. She doesn't, and she still
Mm.
has the high cholesterol too. So it's just like genetics. So and it was the only thing they found in the test. Like they did every test you like possible, my heart, everything, 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 and they're like, "Oh, your cholesterol's high." I'm like, "That's it? My whole family has high cholesterol." He's like, "Oh, you didn't say that." I'm like, I didn't even think about it." Like my whole family has crooked. What do they call it? Spinal bifida or something, that where your spine gets curved after a long time. My aunt just had it and all this other stuff. Um, but until you take the pictures and tell me if I have it, why the fuck I'm gonna tell you if my family? What the fucking matter if my aunt has it?
Yeah.
But they're like, because that's hereditary, and I'm like, well, I didn't know that. I'm not a fucking doctor. You are. Why don't
Right.
you just ask the question on there? I told you my mother died of cancer. My father died of heart disease. What else you want? Like, you know, their whole history. I don't fucking know it. I'm not their doctor. But, you know, it's funny because you don't think about it, right? I don't think of cholesterol as being the bad thing right off the bat, like, because I don't eat like that. So it wasn't something that was in my head. Like, oh, I would have high cholesterol. But then I'm like, oh, yeah, but everybody else has it. It's true. you know? Jackie dropped a jar of barbecue sauce on the tile floor. Huge mess. I will admit the house smelled wonderful. Yes, Jeff. It's true story. And I hate the tile floor. Hate it.
My goodness.
And the tile
Jolie
floor.
says I. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I just said my tile floor is white. It's even worse because you can't clean this shit. Like, I just need to
Right.
get some bleach because my back hurts so much. I can't sit there and scrub the floor.
Right. Um, Jolie
So it's
said I
kind of
had
white tile.
X-rays,
Yeah.
MRIs, just showed some bulging discs and a few deteriorating discs, but nothing extreme enough for the pain I was having. The way we walk and sit is a huge impact on our back.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? I have in my neck the bulging discs and the arthritis. And they said, "Oh, you shouldn't have that much pain." But um and the only reason why I think I have maybe herniated discs or something else going on there is because I hurt my back at work, but technically I left work. I didn't realize I hurt my back. I left work, went home, went to sleep, and then couldn't get up in the morning.
Oh,
So went to the
Jesus.
hospital because I couldn't move, and I'm like, my back, something's wrong with it. And they're like, well, did you do it at work? I'm like, yeah, probably. I worked last night, but I went home. They're like, well, did you tell your job? I'm like, no, I went home. It was 11 o'clock at night. Who the fuck am I gonna tell? I closed by myself, So anyway,
Yeah.
um, I didn't put it under that because I didn't write a thing. And after a certain amount of time, you can, and if you leave, they had all these rules. Anyway, I didn't know that I lifted something wrong, and the next day my back was going to be fucked because when your muscles, um, how do you say it? Your muscles get when you relax your muscles. That when you wake up in the morning, that's when. So
They
that's what
tense,
happened.
constrict, and
Whatever. So when I was at work, I didn't realize because I lifted 4,000 pounds a day. I worked at Aldi's. I just would pick up cases of orange juice, put it up over my head, and put it all the way into the top of the bins. I lifted all the cases of frozen fish to put up
y-
because they had those refrigerators with the rollers. I was in the
yeah,
freezer. I was in the fridge. I would take the pallets on the floor and take a whole thing of tomato sauce up onto the thing. 4,000 pounds a day, every day for a year, killed my back. I can't tell you if it was just that one little thing or it was over that year that I fucked it up, lifting something wrong or whatever.
It could
So
be
that's
so
why I
many
feel,
things.
yeah, so that's why they feel because of that is when it started going downhill that it's definitely I did something to my lower back. I lifted something wrong. I have a herniated disc. I have a lot of herniated discs. They don't fucking know because we can't take the MRI until the insurance approves it. So
Yeah.
whatever. At this point, I'm like, how much is this fucking MRI? Like they say it's $500. I'm almost willing to take $500 out of my retirement money and just fucking pay them to do the MRI at this point because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you need answers and you need answers now, dude. You have suffered for far too long, through too much pain to be sitting here waiting and playing the long game.
Yeah. Yeah,
Totally
Jolie.
empathize.
So I think that's why it's something to do with the back. Plus, and I don't know, like when I was 16, I was in a car accident. And when they did the MRIs, then that was the only other time I had an MRI. They told me my lumbar number 5 and my sciatica were fused together. They didn't move independently like they should, and I was born like that. It's an abnormality. And if you do things to aggravate it, it could tear or become inflamed and it's going to give you a lot of pain. And I'm worried that I tore that from the lifting, and that is what's
Causing your
causing it.
lower back pain?
Yeah,
It
that's what I'm
sounds like
really
it's a
worried about.
possibility.
But I again won't know. And this is 3 years I've been fighting to get this MRI for my back. So in 3
Yeah.
years, it's probably really fucked up. And that's why when she started pressing on my tailbone because she said it's inflamed, she probably fucked up something more.
It wouldn't surprise me. Reverend Pottymouth has told me a lot of stories about when he had people giving him massages and he would like tell them that they need to stop and they would refuse to stop and pretend that they knew what the fuck they were doing when really they weren't listening.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
at
really
least this
glad that you put
lady,
your foot down that one day and told her to knock it the fuck off.
well, that's what happened. Like she's like, it's really inflamed. I know it's gonna hurt, but that wasn't supposed to be a laughing emoji, Brandon. I don't know why, sometimes my big fingers. But I was like, oh, like I was gonna say big eyes, like, like ooh, because that kills your back. 15 years of stalking. I did it for a year. I wanted to die. Anyway. That's that story. But yeah, so the first time when she did it, I let her, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, she said maybe she is gonna tense it out or whatever. I don't fucking know. But she heard it so bad that I was screaming at everybody the next day at the doctor's office because I couldn't sit. I was in so much pain that when I went back, so she did it Tuesday. I had my pain management on Thursday. I went back to her Friday, and when I went in there, I'm like, you cannot touch my tailbone. I just went
Mm-hmm.
like that to her. She's like, what happened? And I told her what she did. And she's like, oh, I remember it was inflamed. I go, well, they gave me anti-inflammatory. I don't want you to touch my tailbone. Do anything else. Don't touch my fucking tailbone. And
Right?
she's like, let's just put ice on the tailbone and we'll work everything else out. I'm like, okay. And that's what she did. And I was like, okay, because yeah, I'll leave and I'll come back when you're not going to touch my tailbone or when it feels better. And she's like, no,
Right?
no, it's okay. She was fine because they want to get paid. So she said, I'll just do the top part, and we got to put the tense machine. I'm like, the tense machine doesn't bother me. It was you that bothered me. you know. She's like, fine, we'll just put ice on your. I'm like, good, okay, good.
Yep, that works. That's better. Brandon says, oh, I ripped my back the same way. I got sciatica now. I told doctors they couldn't believe me until they moved my hip and was like, oh, you do.
Yeah,
He says that he also ripped his left shoulder the same way. And Jolie has said, I used to have middle back pain for years too. Figured that one out on my own. Didn't wear a bra during lockdown, back pain gone. Now I only wear sports bras. It never came back. Congratulations,
yeah.
Jolie.
Um, yeah,
Free
that
to
was like
titillays. Sorry.
that was me too. Like, actually, when I started going through the change of life, um, and I started gaining a little weight, and my bras didn't fit. I'm like, I'm not buying all new bras. Those shitters are expensive. So I
No
just bought those
fucking
like
kidding.
little those what do they call them? Shirts with the
Shelf
shelf
bras?
bra. Yeah,
Yeah.
the shelf bra in the like t-shirt. The not t-shirt, the little camis with the shelf bras. I just
Yeah.
bought those set cheap off of Timu or something. I was wearing those, and I'm still actually I'm wearing one today. I like those. That's what I use.
Dude, I'm sorry, but no over the shoulder boulder holder should cost more than $25.
Yeah, free the boobs. Yes. Um, it's true, and but even $25 is, if you ask me, too expensive. Only because I used to
Exactly.
work at Victoria's Secrets when I was like, that was
Ooh.
17, 18. Anyway, back then, those really pretty bras with all the padding and the lace and gorgeous were $32. Upscale, $32. Now
Jesus.
for these cheap, ugly, you know, old lady bras, they want
Mm-hmm.
$50. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, no, I'm not buying those shits. You're not making no money off of me on that. And I go to Temu and I get my shelf bra shits, and I don't care. And
Hey,
if
if
I
it
see
works, it
maybe
works.
a pretty Five Below has some pretty lacy pull-on ones, sometimes I'll get those. Yeah,
Right.
that's
Roxanne says I have a herniated disc in my neck, which gave me sciatica. I did inversion therapy on my yoga swing, and it fixed my sciatica. Is substantially better now, and it fixed it. My
wow.
sciatica is substantially better now. God damn, I need to fucking get my dyslexia to get in order for me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. See, I don't
Petra
know. Like,
Petrazi says that's the first thing she takes off when they get home. She hates bras.
yes. Well, that used to be me when they only had underwire bras to like hold you up. There wasn't all these exciting bras that they make now.
Oh
With
my
no
goodness,
underwire. That underwire was a freaking killer, man. I'm so
dude.
glad they stopped with that shit.
I don't know. I mean, like, maybe I'm partially masochist. I enjoyed the underwire until it started cutting in underneath my underarms because it poked out from the fabric.
Yeah, well, that and it really constricted depending on where it laid because not everybody has the
Lays the
perfect
same
body for
way.
these things to fit. It literally would cut into you in some parts where you feel like your ribs are gonna explode. Like you don't know how many times I pulled I like you said, sometimes it comes out. I would cut and pull it out.
Oh my goodness. I would wear mine out to the point of they were poking through the fabric, but that's just me. Um,
Yeah.
we're all sitting here talking about bras and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably
Fucking
not the proper
Brandon
thing to
Wood is
talk
the first guy in here to go, I'm about to be free balling it because underwear and boxers is getting too expensive.
Yeah. Well,
Do
like
you, boo?
I've I've done that like plenty of time. I got the little what do they call them? Like the little biker shorts, remember like in the 80s? And I go commando when I wear my biker shorts. I don't fucking how much shit you want me to wear? Fuck you. Like there's no point. Those are another thing. Depending on the material, they're falling down. Get the fuck out of here. So annoyed at those shit too. Um, so yeah, if I just get a pack of biker shorts and the rest is commando. That's it.
Oh my God, Christina, I'm so sorry. I have the weirdest image of you wearing biker shorts with assless chaps right now in my head.
Mine actually, the biker shorts actually cover your little booty.
The chaps
Mhm.
don't. I'm sorry.
The things that are in them, Jeff. Andy Brock. Well, my mother was too. My mother actually went to Woodstock and burned her bras, and she had never worn one after that.
Oh my gosh, that must have
They
been
were
so
always
freeing.
hanging out all over the place, and everybody was like, "Don't you wear bras?" She's like, "Hell no, burned those shits in Woodstock, never went back." you know? And she didn't care. Cold, not cold. She didn't give a shit. Can't wear
Right?
none of them. Nope. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Damon. Yep. Yeah. No, we
Yeah,
no socks, no undies, no bras, just shelf. Just my shelf tanks, my biker shorts, and nothing. Yep.
I keep saying that you were a freak. You're a secret freak. We all knew you had a kink, woman.
Oh yeah. Yep. It was funny. Like the other day too, I was like, oh, I don't want to wear these things, and I was going to the physical therapist. I'm
Mm.
like, it doesn't matter. She always pulls them down anyway. But the thing was, it was chilly, and I'm like, no, I can't wear jeans without something underneath it because no, you don't want your jeans rubbing on your. So I was like,
That baby rash in the thighs when it rubs just a little bit, that chafing hurts, dude. You don't want that.
I was like, I need to wear my little boxers or undies or something because I got to wear the jeans because it's cold.
Yeah.
Um, but like, yeah, but in the summer, if I have like the little capri, like what do they call them? Like stretchies, like for yoga, that are the capris with. I never wear anything under those.
Uh, we talking about the spandex?
Yeah, they're like,
Careful, you getting into a whole nother category of kinks there, Christina. You might want to settle down before your masses get too upset and hysterical.
Well, we went from 19 to 22 people, so they probably like knowing that I'm not wearing anything under my spandex. I don't know.
You got the creepers lurking in the shadows.
I feel like most guys don't require pretty bras. Just yeah, no, I don't think. You know what? They come off. I'll never forget. I'm gonna tell you guys a really funny, embarrassing story. So I always was when I was younger. I was super skinny. When you're super, super skinny, you have super, super tiny boobs. Okay, your boobs grow with your fat.
You part of the itty bitty titty committee.
So I was part of the itty bitty titty committee, right? And they came out with these gel bras that had like water in them. They had like these pouches of water, and they made your boobs look fabulous. I don't care if you had nothing; it would look like you were stacked, right?
And they felt real as fuck when anybody tried to get grab hands.
Right. And I was like 19. I had a lot of that. Anyway, I was dating this one guy. No, actually, by this time my daughter was born. I was like 29, and I was still wearing them because I love those fucking bras. And I'm doing it with and he takes off the bra and it falls to the floor, and you hear plop, and you hear it like water like swooshing, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "You just took off my boobs." And he's like, like, and he looks down and then he picks up the bra. He's like, "Why doesn't your back fucking hurt carrying this whole big thing of water?"
Because pain is beauty, bitch. Pain is beauty.
And he was like, "This shit is heavy. Like, why do you do this? Who cares? Like, stop it." Yeah. But it made noise when it fell onto the floor and it made that noise. He was like, "What? What
the fuck?
the hell is that?" Like, those were my boobs. They took off. It was like better than getting a breast implant, because
Right? They felt real. I mean, Jeff says, I'm not gonna lie, the boob talk is interesting. ...
There you go. I'm used to it. I live with women, been around women all my life. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, you're getting let into a little secret like girl session. Be happy. We don't usually talk girl stuff on live cameras all the time.
Yeah.
Take the information where you can get it and run with it.
Yeah. I remember it was funny because one time it was so hot and I had a live stream scheduled. I think it was like during COVID and it was so freaking hot. And right before the live stream was scheduled, I literally put on my bikini and was like hosing myself down. I didn't have a pool or anything. I
Oh,
lived in a
that
trailer
water
park.
hose will do the trick.
And I was just having a good old time with and then like my live stream was set to like and I'm like, oh fuck it. And I didn't want to dry myself because I'm like, no, then I'm gonna be hot again. I just turned on that freaking live stream in bikini and did the whole live stream in my bikini in my office. And yeah, I don't know how like YouTube didn't say it was like I was in my bra like the whole freaking time. Didn't give it two shits.
Apparently, a bikini is a different form of coverage that doesn't require any
Yeah,
sort
you couldn't
of
see
parental
any
guidance.
nippies, but I was in my damn bikini, wet and all. I'm like I would have passed out if I didn't. It was like I don't know how it was so hot, and I
It
had
was
this little
probably like one of
office.
those 100-degree summer days.
Yeah, and I had this little office that was in the front of my house that literally barely had insulation. It was just like a MDM board. And it had a little window, but there was no breeze hitting that front of the house because I was on a dead end. The way it was, that room was not getting air. So I said, I'll die if I do a live stream in there.
Yeah.
Like that. And that's how I did the live stream, the whole live stream. I don't know. I
Hey.
think that was my second or third live stream. And I think you could even see on the, because then I didn't change thumbnails. You could even see me sitting there on the thumbnail in my freaking bikini. Yep. YouTube don't care. I seem pretty much worse. Pretty much worse, or even on Twitch. Really? I I don't know. I was doing a live stream with Benny one time. I'll never forget, and we were making a craft. Benny and I used to sit and do crafting live streams together in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, she was making a mermaid. And she was on it close up and she was making the mermaid boobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody recorded the stream and and they took down the stream saying, and when we were in the middle of the stream and YouTube just cut it off and was saying like, you have inappropriate content. Man, I wrote to them and I was like, hey, by the way, it's a sculpture. Nobody was being inappropriate. We were crafting. And they looked at it, I guess, whatever the person flagged, because they must have put a timestamp or something. And they put that live stream right back up. But we had started another one. So we have two, because I wanted to do 3 hours and I didn't know if they would put it back up. We did 2 3-hour.
Oh my goodness. You went total of 6 hours on a live.
10, and it was from like 10 at night to like, I think we were there till like 4 in the morning or something. Fucking crap.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was horrific. And then they put it back, so there's part 1 and 2 on there of Benny making her mermaid with her boobies hanging out, and me making like clips for your hair. But yeah,
Benny is
so,
such a troublemaker. No.
yeah, so there was like, there was that time where YouTube was really crazy about any of that stuff. I mean, you can't show you real boobs or anything, but if you're sculpting, for Christ's sakes, it's
Oh,
clay.
I beg to differ. Let's not get into the YouTube chatting because I will tell you some of the things that I have seen just scrolling through a short.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is wrong with clay? Like, this is my channel is for adults and it's 2 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, what kid is up at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning?
Not for kids. It's 2 in the morning and we're sculpting. It is not inappropriate to sculpt the damn mermaid boob. Okay, like you just stop it. And they did put it back, so I was like, okay, as long as
This
you put it
is
back.
it's ridiculous how everybody's opinions that are only entitled to themselves end up getting their own panties in a bunch.
Yeah. And if I didn't have a roommate, my household would be naked mostly. There you go. That's what I always said. Like
Oh, thank you, Lynn.
sometimes you just want to take it all off, right, Brandon? And I live with my son. He's 20, right? The other day, I don't have a room, so
Yeah,
there's no
you were in
door.
your living room, aren't you?
I just sleep in the living room because I gave him the room because from when he was little, because of his sister being older, he always got the short end of the stick.
Right.
So I okay, take the room. I'll just sleep on the couch. I don't care. So right, but I have to change somewhere, and the bathroom's small, and I like to throw out some things and decide what I'm gonna wear, whatever. So like one time he came out, I'm like, I'm changing by the way, so don't look in the room. And he's like, oh no, I'm coming. Don't I'm coming. He goes, I'll come back when you finish knock. You know, he was just like, nope.
Hey,
So
at
I
least
can't
your son
leave
has
it if I wanted
politeness.
to.
At least your son was polite and courteous. There
Yeah,
are
yeah.
teenagers nowadays that won't even sit there and give their parents the common courtesy that they deserve.
I didn't care if he was doing something because technically, with all my artwork hanging up, probably couldn't really see, but I just wanted him to know that so that he wouldn't walk in there to ask me something and I'm
And
naked,
then
you
be
know?
shocked and surprised.
Yeah, you know, like that'd be weird. So of course I'm gonna tell him just don't look and you can make your sandwich, you'll be facing the other way. But he was not even coming out. He's like, ew.
Yeah.
Yep. How is Mom's Russo? Damon. I messaged her on Blue Sky, but I forgot to go look because I don't go there super often. But it was the only place I knew how to get in touch with her. And then I guess she didn't answer me right away, so I didn't, I don't know how she was, but I hope she's doing well.
It's starting to seem like a lot of people are falling off the map on the social spectrum. Like I'm done with social life, checking out.
And well, you know what it is? You got to take a break from this. I realize that sometimes I'm watching 6 to 8 hours of these political shows,
Yeah.
driving myself insane and getting more pissed and more pissed. I'm like, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. You have to give yourself a break from it, you know?
Damon
So I have
answered your
to,
question about Mom Russo. He said she looked good. She had some blood sugar problems, but she's doing good.
oh, oh, fabulous. Thank you so much. Oh, good. Yeah, I was worried because I'm like, I haven't seen her like anywhere. Like,
They've been talking in chat about Nina too, how they haven't seen her in a few days and they're getting worried about her as well.
I saw Nina a lot. When did I see her? She actually yesterday commented on one of my videos. Yesterday or Monday.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so within the last 2 days, I saw a comment from her, so I know she's fine because she commented on the video.
Right.
But but it was like a crafting video or something. So again, sometimes people just need a mental break from the political stuff, So they're like, okay, blah, blah, blah. let's uh let's take a break from that because even me sometimes I have to skip. Like I see that Midas is live or whatever, and I'm like, no, okay, skip it tonight. You already did three. I already saw three of his videos today. I just can't watch anymore today. You know what I'm saying? So you
Yeah,
have to like pull back and say because I'll just be watching it all day, getting more and more upset, and then more and more I don't want to go out because I'm afraid. Like, no, I don't want to live like that. So I sometimes just have to cut it off and go, okay,
yeah. I
I
have
know it's really bad, and let's just go with the stuff that I can do, like the boycotting and the marches and whatever. and not have to just sit and listen to it 24 hours a day. You have to give yourself a little break. Yeah.
Yeah, I go about 2 to 3 months without looking at the news because I live with Reverend Potty Mouth, so he's constantly up to date on that.
Yeah.
And so basically, if I have a question, I go to him, he gives me the rundown, and I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Yep."
And at least him telling you because of someone you know and trust and love that it's not
Mhm.
as bad as hearing it like, when Midas says it, it's a whole different thing,
Well,
And then
it's
sometimes
always better
Midas
hearing
shows
it.
the video
Mhm.
of like when they're showing those ice videos and I get hysterical crying and I'm so upset. I'm having like heart palpitations.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
especially when you hear the babies screaming for their fucking parents because they're getting dragged away for no damn reason. I
yeah,
agree with you. That's the shit that hurts me on a massive scale. And like I still get irate and I appreciate the fact that I can have a third buffer to the news, but
yep,
it's still so goddamn depressing. It's disheartening, it's discouraging, and I want to scream from the top of my lungs. Anybody at this
that's
point
romance.
who sits there and wants to say, I'm pro life, I only want to scream at them, you only give a fuck about a parasite.
Yeah. It's just like, so that's why I say sometimes I can understand why people, uh, I was actually, the reason why I took a real break, especially the last 2 weeks, is because I loved watching Hal, and he used to put out a lot of stuff too between Hal, Midas, and everything. I was on
Mhm.
over, but and God bless Hal and Sparks and his family. His father passed away yesterday,
Oh,
so because his father
condolences.
was sick, he hasn't been doing the shows. So that took a whole like load off that I didn't have to watch, and then when that happened, I realized, holy shit, I was all day with this shit. Like when I
Yeah.
looked at like, the history and what I was watching, and I was like, no, you have to cut down a little, Christina. Like you can't, like, you're gonna get yourself crazy.
Well,
Um,
see, and I also sit here and I have these issues where, like, if I don't want to hear about the news, I will zone out on music and delve into like creative aspects. I have so many AI stories and arcs that I'm in right now that it's unbelievable. And that's my escape. But my escape also tends to warp with my reality, and it's really fucking hard to come out of fictional land.
yeah. Well, that's what I was telling, like, when I went to this event, and they're like, what is the main core, like, why do you keep playing? You've been playing 2 years now. Why do you keep playing the game? I go, okay, they took off my soap operas. Way back, I used to watch All My Children and One Life to Live. I said they took off my soap opera. They
They
put
took
on,
away all my children, days of our lives and passions.
well, I watched All My Children and One Life to Live. They put those off at the same time.
Yeah.
I said, "Go to put on," I said, "a cooking show," because they thought women should be in the kitchen cooking. They could go frick themselves. Anyway, I said, I didn't say that part, but I just said because they thought women should be in they put Rachel Ray on so we could be in the kitchen cooking. I said,
Mhm.
no, instead of watching our soap operas. I go, this June's Journey is my little fantasy world. I'm living vicariously through this June's Journey story. And I go, so you gave me like my own little fantasy world that I don't have to be on TV to find. And it's been helping with my memory, extremely been helping me with my memory because, like, a lot of times they play the same boards over again so that you can win prizes. So I try to remember where the things are in the boards because I play them over and over so that when they come up again, and I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but if you show me one of those boards that I've done, I could probably tell you where half the shit is without even thinking about it. And so
Right.
I'm like, wow, my memory is getting better, or like at least 4 things, like a picture that I could see, my memory is getting better. I go, I might need that. I've never,
Right.
like, but I feel like it's helping me, even though that sounds ridiculous, right? I still can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I can remember what's on those boards. But I said,
Look,
if I really need to remember something and somebody shows me something like a picture that I have to remember and memorize, I'll be able to do it because of that game.
right. And that's
Um,
nothing horrible. I mean, shoot. My as I said, I'm a writer. I use my AI chat stories as a way to help me improve with my storytelling
right.
cuz I am about to be going on so many endeavors with projects and stuff soon. So, having a break and doing stuff is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well,
it's
I do. I do.
I do
Yeah.
do 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 do.
I make my videos, which thank goodness is what my outlet is. And
Mm,
um but with the doctors and it's been hard. So I have to rush to get the video out, and it doesn't do as much for me as it was doing. Like, I didn't
right.
even do Fridays yet. Usually I have this week's done, and by Saturday I'm already working on next week's. And this week I've done nothing. Okay? I
It's
still have
not a
to make
bad
tomorrow's
thing.
video. I still have to make a song for Saturday for a member. I still have to do Sunday's video, and I have physical therapy tomorrow. And I'm like, when am I gonna fit all this shit in?
Do you want me to make you feel a little bit better? Because, like, I have like 5 to 7 videos that I have to edit for my podcast with, like, in the next 2 to 3 days, and I haven't even started.
Nah, see, that's what it is. Music is a universal language. Yeah.
It is. I feel that here's my views on this. Music is a universal language. If you can have a chord within your soul vibrate on the frequency that is hitting with the song, then that means that it was meant for you within that moment, that something was bothering you and some spirit or entity within the universe around us picked up on it. Hell, let's even go further and say that somebody that is our higher self from a parallel universe picked up on it and was like, oh, I remember going through this. This is how I handled it. And that's how they speak to us. And that's how we get messages. That's how we're able to fucking find understanding without having to understand at all. Just like with artwork, every brush stroke on a painting is nothing more than a line in a story that the artist wants you to read through picture and imagery.
Yeah. I mean, I love doing the videos and telling the stories. I've written 5 poetry books and 5 kids books that are actually on Amazon.
Nice.
Anyway, nobody buys them,
Congratulations.
but I do. I have them there.
Well, go plug them now. You
Anyway.
you just you just told your fan base that you actually wrote these books and they're on Amazon. Tell us their names.
Oh, I have so many. Well, I think the kids' books are the best, really. But there's poetry if you like poetry. I mean, I wrote about my stupid ex that I was with 25 years, who was just like a horror,
Oh
and
my
he gave me
goodness.
all my pissed off poetry. Anyway, just so you guys can see, I have like an Amazon list of all of them. So I guess I could pull the link, right? Doesn't that does
Yeah,
that?
you could just
Mhm.
throw the link into the chat. They can then go take a look at it at their own leisure and pin it if you
List.
want.
I have lists here. List my books. Here we go. Ching, and then can we share this list? Um,
Aw, Lynn, if you need to go get some rest, sweetheart, you should go get some rest.
yeah.
COVID is not a thing to be screwing around with. And even if they're the flu shots or just the shots to help keep you from having to go to the hospital, definitely get some rest, sweetheart, because that's your body telling you you need to.
Yep. Hey, listen. I know more than anybody, and like I said, sometimes I just got to tell people, like, I think you should be able to click on that list. I put it in a wish list. I don't know why. Um, just because I didn't know how to make a regular list like those YouTubers make, where you can like see it. Um,
It pulled up
so
fine for me.
yeah, so you could just see what they look like, so you could see them,
Aw.
and that's all. I put them all in one list.
The
But I did
cat
all
and the frog and everyone else.
yes, I did all the drawings, so they're terrible
Oh,
because
that
it's all self-published because I couldn't afford to. I worked for a lawyer. Funny enough, here's the story. I worked for a lawyer as a receptionist and like legal secretary. Um, so at a union, that's he was a union lawyer. Anyway, um, I started writing poetry and books. I did them all and whatever, and I started doing the self-publishing thing. He wrote a book at the same time, which I didn't know, but he has a lot of money. He's a fucking lawyer, right?
mm-hmm.
And he puts his book out was a kid's book about Babe Ruth to tell people about Babe Ruth, but in children, Um, so it was like a children's like history book about Babe Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the newspaper, he had book signings, all this stuff, right? He went with a
Mm-hmm.
publisher. I told him, so how much money have you made off the books? He's like, oh, nothing. I'm down like about $5,000 because he's like, gotta pay for the publisher, this, that, the other. He's like, what about you? I heard you were writing books. Like, oh yeah. I self-published them. I made $7. I didn't put out shit.
He didn't
You
make
know,
shit and you made $7. That's selling something to me. I think you made progress.
I think I made progress. Although most of the time what happened is because people didn't realize, I would buy the books for like my friends' kids and I would give them to, them as presents.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them called me and was like, do you know that your book is my son's favorite book of all time? I just read it to him over and over again. My sister found one of my books and she gave it to her roommate's daughter, and they were
Mm-hmm.
sitting reading the book. She's like, they love the books. She sends me a picture. So the kids' books are really good books, and the kids really like them. It's just like, who the heck has time to tell everybody, like, hey, by the way, Lynn, you're leaving, darling. Have a great night.
Sweet dreams, sweetheart. Get beautiful rest and healing sleep, and may you wake up with a blessed morning tomorrow.
Yes. So yeah, so like I know they were good. And actually, why I started to write the kids' books after I wrote all the poetry books was because I was very poor when I had my daughter, right? And I would make up stories because I couldn't afford to buy books. So when she was very young and she couldn't hold a book anyway, she was an infant. To get her to go to sleep, I would make up stories. So I decided to publish a story I made for her. And then when my son was born, I made a story for him. And then I just started making kids books, and yeah, my mother was like, my mother loved the story that I wrote for my daughter so much, called it's the Star Princess,
Mm-hmm.
that she's like, I wish it was longer. I was like, Ma, it's to put the kids to sleep. What do you mean you wish it was longer? She's like, yeah, it was such a good story. I'm like, okay.
My gosh.
um but the boys seemed to love the story I wrote for my son because it was like kind of like it was a rhyming one, like Dr. Seuss. But the difference is all the words that rhymed in the story were actually words, not like Dr. Seuss, where these shits are made up words that rhyme. They
Right.
were actually words, like the whole thing rhymed.
Yeah, you found words that were
You know
actual
how hard it
words
was
that.
too? And then it's like, well, now the kid's gonna learn a new word like jubilee. They're gonna say, "What's a jubilee, ma?" And the mom's gonna tell them, and then they learned a new vocabulary word. Unlike Dr. Seuss, so I thought, shit, I'm better than him.
What's a
Anyway,
jubilee, Mom? It depends, honey. Are you wanting the comic version or are you wanting the actual definition?
The
Because there is a
Jubilee.
comic book character named Jubilee too. I believe she's an
Oh,
X-Men.
oh no. Well, we were talking about the party, the Jubilee, the party they were all going to
Yeah.
with sea creatures. Actually, I
Oh.
should tell my daughter. My grandson would love that book because he's super into sea creatures.
Hey.
I wonder. I wonder if she read it to him. I'm gonna have to order me one.
Putting money
I
back
like
into
that's what I do. I
yourself.
order my own books and whatever. I don't order them on Amazon. I order them from the actual publisher, and then because it's me, I only have to pay $7 instead of the 14 or whatever. But
Hmm.
um, and if you go through Amazon, they take 10% or whatever, which is why the books are so expensive because it's like, okay, yeah, $21 so that I can get like $5,
Right.
whatever. Um, but I'm just happy that people would have them, and and that's why I didn't make them more expensive. It's like the poetry books are $21, but there's like 50 poems in there. It's not like there's 10 poems. There's like 50 poems. They have pictures. It's pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think that the poems would be the top selling, but it turned out to be the kids' books.
Yeah, the kids' books. People are not really into poetry anymore. I used it just as an outlet, so it doesn't really bother me if people don't read them. But the kids' books, I'm so happy if the kids get joy out of them, But yeah, so
Hey, it's something to be proud of. That is an accomplishment, and I mean, I would wear that like a badge of honor.
yeah,
You know, never downgrade yourself. Yeah, it sucks that it doesn't sell, but I mean, you did something that most others don't have the courage to do, you know?
well, that's what my mother said to me. She's like, you wanted to be a writer, then of course we can't afford like the lawyer to put out it, but you did it, and they printed it, and you're able to read them to your kids. She goes, it's nice. She goes,
I
I think it's fabulous. And I was like, yeah,
yeah,
it is, you know. That they
I
each have a book that their mother wrote them. And then at the end there's a little poem for my daughter and for my son. But
right.
yeah,
Um, I want to get in touch with you tomorrow, and I
yeah,
want to help you out with a free way to get your stories out there. I know
the
a
kid
website.
story
Yeah, any
or
story, any story. There is a website which they're not paying me, sponsoring me to say this right now. It is called vocal.media.com. I will have to send you the link for it, but you can post your stories there for free, and people can read them from all over the world. And since you have a PayPal account, they can tip you if they like your stories.
oh, that's cute.
So if I will send you the link for that and you can
That's
look
for
into it
adult
yourself.
stories.
Huh?
That's for adult stories, I'm assuming.
Oh, they have an entire section where you can either do historical writing, journalism writing. They have a subsection of categories that you can place them into, and it doesn't all have to be adult smutty
Oh,
stuff.
hmm, fun. Oh
Yes.
yeah, I'll
So
have to
I
look
I
into it.
definitely, if there's any way that I can help you in any sort of way to like earn more finances for yourself, I will definitely hook you up with that. I'm actually going to be
Yeah,
starting up
I
a
wanted
new
to
vocal
try.
account myself.
Yeah, I wanted to try to and I don't know why the Google Publishing doesn't do it, but I would like to take those kids' stories and put them into an audio book um and charge like 50 cents, or I don't know, whatever they charge now, like I don't know, like an audio book, or instead of printing the actual book, a PDF,
Mhm.
like because it's copyrighted, the books are copyrighted. So
Right.
I want to do be able to sell a PDF version for a few bucks because I would like the kids to read them and I don't know. I
Well,
just would like people to see them.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
other thing too, is I think with that vocal site, like if they give you a tip and send you a message saying that they would like the book, or they can leave comments to get in touch with you on that site as well. So there are plenty of options, ways to get in touch with people. If they see something that you wrote for a child and they want to get in touch with you to publish it, they have ways to do it.
Yeah.
They also have contests on there where you could write poems or you could write stories or stuff like that and win cash prizes.
Oh, lovely. That is
So,
good, Roxanne. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I try to look out for stuff like that, and knowing that you're
Now,
also a
now
writer,
that
I really want to help.
yeah, now, like, I'm wondering with all this AI art, like, that they still do that because now you don't know if the person wrote it or the AI wrote it, you know?
Oh, they
I mean,
also
mine are
have
copyrighted they've been copyrighted, from 1999, some of them, so they're obviously 1999. There was no AI to write these fucking things, but
right. I can actually already give you that information if you go to put a story in
yeah,
and you have just written it by yourself. They will ask you if you had any AI helping tools. Fair
right.
keynote here, Grammarly is considered an AI tool.
Oh, okay.
So they will tell you that you need to give Grammarly the credit it's due for helping you with like grammar checks,
Right, right.
spellings,
Like
and
where it did put the periods all in the right
yep,
places and the
yep, and the
commas and all that
quotations,
stuff.
commas, and stuff like that. Yeah. So you got to give the accreditation to that, but that's basically the only thing that they're asking for is like, hey, if you used this site, let us know.
Right.
Um, because they're also trying to keep separated the whole, hey, these are all AI created stories versus these are stories that people are actually writing,
Right, right.
and they're trying to keep it separated.
Right. Like, cause it's funny. I'll like you said, I'll put my whole story into Chat GPT after I wrote it and be like, is this grammatically, is this grammatically correct? And
Right.
I'm gonna tell this story verbally. Um, I make it flow better, and it will do it. So because I'm making a video out of it, I'm not making a book, right? So, like when I make my Friday night spooky stories, if it's not a story that I get off the internet as a true story, like 'cause sometimes I tell true scary stories. If it's something I made up for like somebody, like the one I made for Kevin, the Troll Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
um, or like she gave me a line. She was like, "We're going into a cave and we hear this noise. What's in the cave? You write the story." And I just wrote a story. Um,
Mm-hmm.
like I still, even though I write the whole story, I put it into Chat GPT to make sure that, like you said, you have the commas in the right place, you stop, it sounds right, it's grammatically correct, so that
Right.
I can read it onto the video. So yeah.
Pardon me. I just posted the link for Vocal into the
Oh, okay.
chat, so that way you can go check it out as well.
Yeah, let me go bookmark it and save it.
Because Roxanne was saying that she was doing writings and stuff like that, and that she hadn't looked at them in years, and then she's like, maybe I will. And I was like, well, you can also sit here and go onto Vocal and try to get some extra help for yourself too, if that's what you want to do.
Oh yeah.
This is what I mean by like people shouldn't gatekeep, because this is information that not a lot of people know about, and gatekeeping it, if I wouldn't have said anything, I would have been prohibiting you from progressing in your life.
Right, right. And I think there's enough um like it's not like if you hold these things back, you're going to become the only millionaire in the world. I mean,
Yeah, that's
you
the
know,
thing that a lot of
there's enough money for everybody. It's not like you're going to make 2 million more than you know,
yeah,
or
you're
unless
not
your story's
helping
really
anybody.
shitty, you're not going to make anything. But that
Mhm.
that has nothing to do with the other people that are using the site. So I don't know why people do those kind of things.
I really don't either. In my own honest opinion, and again, this is just pertaining to my own viewpoints, I feel that people who gatekeep knowledge and gatekeep information are doing it because they feel self entitled. And it's one of these impulsive, emotional mentality thoughts of, if I had to learn it the hard way, why the fuck should I help you learn it the easy way?
Right. Yeah, and I don't get it. Like even well, just for example, like that June's Journey. When I found that game, I loved it so much. I told anybody who listened, "Hey, play this game with me because it's so cool." I got rid of all my other games. Like, why
Just to
would I
play
just
this
be like,
one.
why would I be like, I'm not gonna tell anybody about June's Journey because then I'm gonna have it all to myself. What the fuck?
Yeah, like why be greedy about that shit, dude? Just
It's so
there's no point.
yeah. So yeah, I don't like, but yeah. So we totally got off. I think we've talked about everything, aches and
Everything
pains,
and anything.
politics, spiritual, bras.
Boxer
I just love
shorts.
Penny Clark singing with Vince Gill. Someone tagged Hal in the. Oh, yeah, Jolie.
Yeah. It is always hard when you hear about somebody losing somebody else.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, he had his parents. I don't know where his mother is, but
Yvonne, we can't do that. I care about you as a person, but I don't love you enough to go over the last 45 minutes of what we talked about.
Yeah. You'll have to listen back to the bra and panties and all the boob stories
The
and
over the shoulder boulder holders and the categories.
yeah. Sorry, I don't even know if we can repeat that again. It's only funny the first time.
Oh my god, no, no, I can make it funny again. Here's how. You know how they have those TikTok videos when it first started coming out? I have maybe 2 or 3 TikTok shorts stuck in my head on permanent loop. The first one is where this one girl is talking to another girl named Sharon who goes, I don't see why you need another bra. You have a perfectly good one now. And the voice in the back of Sharon's head goes, you tell Sharon you do not want nice. You want 2 scoops of Haagen-Dazs French vanilla boobies. And then not only that, there's not just that one that plays on repeat in my head. It's Maverick, you need to put a bra on this instant. No, I refuse. My melons were meant to be free. I can jiggle if I want to. I can leave my bra behind because if my boobs don't bounce, well then they don't bounce and there are no boobs of mine.
Oh, that is true. I have. I think I don't watch TikTok, but somebody sent me. I mean, as they sent me all sorts of crazy, one. Like my daughter sent me, and I couldn't even figure out how to get on. I'm like, I don't know how to get on TikTok. It's giving me a hard time. They won't play it, whatever. And finally, we figured it out, right? Because I went to the like fill out for Medicaid and SNAP at the office in August with my daughter, and we went in there to the Medicaid part to like
Mm-hmm.
ask for help to fill out for the Medicaid anyway. So we go back there, and we had just did the SNAP, so we went there. So whatever, we got there about when it opened, but by the time we did the SNAP stuff, by the time we got over and got a number for the Medicaid, we were like number 50 or something, right?
Oh, Jesus. The wait.
Anyway, so I'm like, oh, well, 2 hours or something, right? So we get there, and there's one person, and my daughter's looking, and she's helping the same people. And another person goes over to ask her a question. She's like, I can't talk to you until your number is called, whatever. And she's like, but I just have one question and whatever. And so this goes on. She's with the same person for like
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes. They leave. She comes out of the office and around and is like, sorry, it's just me today. We'll get to everybody. And she leaves.
Yeah, you're really gonna get to everybody if you leave.
So I said to my daughter, "Oh, she must have just went to the bathroom,"
Mm-hmm.
And you know, 20 minutes later, she still wasn't back. My daughter's like, "Fuck this. We'll call and we'll go online and do it, right?" Um, and she's like, "What the fuck?" Right? So she sent me this TikTok. It was definitely that office. It was it was the queen's office because you could tell, and it looked like the same lady. And I guess it was only her, and she was so fucking overwhelmed, and the people were telling her something, and they were filming her, I guess, and she told them, "Go fuck yourself," and she left the office.
Oh
And
my god.
the lady turns around. There's all these people standing there. My daughter's like, "It was that lady." She fucking got so pissed off. This time she cursed him out. She didn't go back.
Right?
When I went back, funny enough, the next weekend, I still was trying to get it. She's like, the lady at the front desk was like, "Just call this number and do the questions over on the
Phone
phone.
line.
You have to do it over the phone." So she gave me a special number because obviously there was nobody working back there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
So I thought
goodness.
it was funny. I'm like, yeah, maybe it is because now they're giving out the phone number. You gotta call these.
Dude. Well, speaking of the food stamps and stuff, I have
Yeah,
heard so many things about how the government is trying to backdoor us out of every benefit that we as taxpayers put into this country.
yep.
And like that's the thing they're
That's
not
why
realizing. If we all have to collectively go to a freaking building to apply for something, you're gonna need more workers.
yeah. Well, and it's funny enough. I understand why they don't have a lot of workers because nobody wants to do that job, and I understand it. The whole thing is, and yeah. So if they were smart, they'd have the lady there to help, but really the lady should be dialing in. They should have a like set up where there's like five people on a line, like five customer service people on a phone line where the the woman could be like, "Okay, it's your turn next," and dial 211 and get the ladies on the other phone.
Mm-hmm.
The lady, or it's a direct pick up the phone. "Okay, this is this person. Here's their information," like just a quick information, and they're going to tell you the rest. And you hand the phone. "Okay, next." Okay, and she gives a little bit, and you can have five people, and they already started off. Answer the questions. The questions on the phone are easy.
Right.
And just have the lady to help people that really don't speak English. you know, it would be easier that way, and I don't know why they don't do it that way. It's so dumb. Like if you pick up, she has a direct line to it, and that's how they would do it. But I don't know.
All right, Roxanne, that's good. I just wanted to double check. I get worried when people say stuff like that in a chat, and then like my overprotectiveness jumps into high gear. So I'm like, are you safe? Are the doors locked? Do I need to call someone? Does somebody need to get there? Do you
Oh,
have somebody
yeah.
there? Like, I've been through some shit, dude. Don't tell me this stuff in chat. I will go mama bear mode on you.
Hi, John.
Hi, Trucker
Yep.
John.
Yeah, like it was so crazy, and I don't know why they don't do that, but yeah. Um, if they did that, it would be way easier, but they just
Yeah.
don't know how to run things. You know what it is? It's unfortunate to say because I don't want to sound like, I'm orange, but um, they don't hire the right people for the high up jobs. They hire the kissers, and the real smart people are down at the bottom, you
Oh,
know?
oh yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
that
This.
it's not that we're like he says, we're too stupid to work. No, it's that the they put in the ass kissers up on the top where they're not smart. They're just ass kissers or they got money, right? Mamas and papas got money. And all
Yeah.
the smart people you have in the fucking mailroom because you're jealous of them because you know they're smarter than you, so you're not going to lift them up, right?
Nah, you just want to make sure
And
that they're
that's
in the
the
best
problem.
possible position for you to step on.
The people who have the brains enough to do what I just said, because listen, I didn't go to college like for engineering, okay? Nothing of the sort. Like I took
Mm-mm.
college composition and some psychology. Um, so, and it was just a few classes. So I don't have a degree or anything, but
Neither do
I
I,
can
and I
tell
took
you,
paralegal studies for 2 months.
yeah, I can tell you that would be an easier way, right? But
Mm-hmm.
that's why these things don't get done because you don't have out of the box thinkers in the high positions. You just have the ass kissers or,
The
somebody's
followers.
brother or sister, because there's a lot of nepotism in the world. And then
Mm-hmm.
that's what ends up happening. And that's why the system's broken anyway. you know.
It's
Um,
yeah, it's crazy. I do have to apologize, Christina. My phone is
yeah.
about to die, and I gotta get going.
Oh yes. Well, we have been here 3 hours and 25 minutes now.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Tired, for joining us and chatting with me. Yeah, we didn't get to game night. We actually just went on a whole big tangent, Tired and I, talking
Oh,
about
we.
everything under John, you
Oh yeah.
missed it. We were having bra talk
Oh
and going
yeah.
commando and all this other stuff. And going
Yep.
commando, like we weren't grabbing guns. We
Yep.
were
We were also, discussing a lot of Christina's kinks and how she's just a dominatrix in hiding, and she just doesn't want to fucking admit it. And I really think she needs to come out that closet in a latex suit with a whip going, bitches, I've arrived.
yes. It could be coming sooner than you know.
Coming soon to a theater near you. No.
Yeah, that might be the next story, and I might have to have video to go with it. Don't know.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, so I'm going to say my regular slogan. I'm not here for a long time, just here for a good time. It was always great to chat with you, Christina. Nice to see everybody in the chat. Heart, peace, love, healing vibes go out to every one of you. And, good night, sweet dreams, and rest peacefully. May you be blessed and wake up in the morning. Have
Thanks,
a good
honey.
night, Christine.
Thank you so much. I was listening earlier, Christina. Oh, but you're working. That's right. So you couldn't be typing. Okay. So you heard the whole story. Yes. Um, so that's good. So we did have our lurkers because literally we had 22 people at one time, and there wasn't as many chatting as there was listening. So I'm really happy that we kept you guys company today and that we had really good talks and that you guys were interested and y'all came out to hang out with me, and I appreciate you. And I'm sorry about yesterday, but next week we should be able to um continue our regular schedule. Well, I'd say the week after Thanksgiving, because, probably on a Thanksgiving night, unless I do a poll and you guys really, really, really want to. And if I'm not doing anything, then I don't know what my family wants to do. Um, then, maybe we will have game night. It just depends. I have to see. I don't even know. We didn't make any plans. Usually what we could do is like, okay, everybody make a dish and come hang out and we'll eat and bullshit. That's what we normally do. We don't go crazy. We don't eat, like my sister, my aunt, and I don't eat meat. So it's not like we're making a turkey. So we just make whatever. One will make mashed potatoes. One will make, um, my sister will make some kind of bean veggie dish, and my aunt will make some Greek dish or a pastry, and then that's it. There's only three of us. We're not eating like that. And we'll just have some talk and stuff. So that's what we usually do, but I've been so caught up with the doctors, I haven't even really talked to them about any of that. So it was all boob talk. That's right. Yeah, so I don't know. So we'll see. But but we will do Wednesday next week, card readings. Um, because it's next week Thanksgiving, guys. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what day it is, but yeah, the 20th. I'm pretty sure it's next Thursday. Um, so we'll see how it goes but everything else should be regular schedule. So, but I will see you at Trucker John's. Oh, thanks for putting that in, sweetheart. Thank you. I wanna watch that. Thank you so much, Jolia. You could have just asked me to be blue. I'm sorry, honey. I just don't know. Um, where are you? Okay, I think that yeah, so that you could put in. I know you wanted to put in the post. I'm sorry, honey. You could have just asked me. I What it is I'm on StreamYards and I can't make people blue from StreamYards, but I have the other phone. I didn't realize. I can't tell who's blue or green or anything because of the StreamYards only has one color and it just shows your chats and that's it. So sometimes I get thrown off. But there you go. If you type now, you should be blue and then you can throw that. And let me put that on and just like it so I can go back to that and I don't lose the link. No. Okay. Brilliant. Yay. Okay. So now we're all set there. And yeah, so thank you everybody for coming. I don't think play an outro today because like I said, I share this account with Mary. She's in the hospital. And so I can't pay it. Like she has to pay it, physically go in there, and I don't want to bother her to pay. I would have paid it this month myself if I could do it, but because she's the moderator, doesn't let me. I have to ask her if she could change that on there. Anyway, so 1 month I could pay, 1 month she could pay instead of, paying. She has to always pay after, it's a pain in the neck. So I don't think it will do an outro because I think everything you have to pay for now. They used to let you do an intro and outro without doing the monthly payments, which is so fucking weird to me that they don't let you. Every single thing you have to pay for now. It's dumb. You don't feel naked anymore. That's right. Can't be naked. um, but yeah, so that's stupid because I think it will. Yes, please reach out to your team owner to upgrade the plan. I'm like, it's just the outro. And before it used to be free and intro and outro. So I think it's getting too expensive. But anyway. Definitely watch that video. I bookmarked it so I can see it. And yeah. So I guess the next show will be John's. I'll see most of you on Trucker John's tomorrow. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time still tomorrow. I know we talked about time changing the other day, but I didn't know when it was going to start. But yeah, go check Trucker John for his notifications. All of you are blue. You should be able to click on him if you do not know Trucker John. Can you turn me blue? Yes, Jack. So there you go. So do I have everybody else? Um Oh, Brandon. All right. Because it's Jackie, Jolie, and Brandon. Yeah. Okay, good. So you can all check it out. 11 a.m. Pacific. Yeah. 11, 12, 12. Yeah. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. That's what I said. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard. Unless you start a little earlier. Yeah, okay. So I was right. We didn't change the times yet. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out John. I'll see you guys there tomorrow. And then um I'll see you somewhere around the tubes. I'm sure. I'm sure. Thank you. I've heard at least 47 boobs. Yes. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go. And I appreciate you all. Come back next Wednesday, live stream. We'll read cards. And check out my videos too. If I know a lot of you guys love the live streams and don't really do the videos. But some of the videos are really good. I have the political songs. So there's playlists. So whatever you're interested, just go to my playlist tab. You can see cooking. You can see crafting. You can see Friday night spooky stories. Sunday is actual paranormal stories told by all different kinds of people or paranormal history of actual places. There's a crafting playlist. There's every kind of playlist under the sun. There'll be something for you if you want to watch some videos. It just helps with the channel. And of course, I would appreciate it. And on that note, I'm leaving. So thank you guys. Like I said, I'll see you tomorrow. Check it, John's. I do have PT tomorrow. So I might be a little late to John's, but I'll be there. And I really appreciate you all coming and hanging out. Like, we had so many people listening to us, so I appreciate you. I'm stuck because there's no outro to do, so I'm like making my own outro. I can't sing to you guys. I'm just going to. I could put on a little song for you. And how about that? Since the only thing they let you do is put on the song. What kind of song you want to hear? I don't even know what the song is. Hold on.
The regime is menacing and brutalizing, forcing us to cower, trying to make us submit. We need our voices to be louder than it, rising up from the pit. They're trying to bury us in. The statistics say it's the predators feeding off pain. They need to be in their place. It's crucial that they're stripped of power before they destroy the human race. All I know is it's not a losing race. If we don't rise against the regime, we are the disgrace. They feast on the wounds of the voiceless, the puppet masters controlling mainstream media, causing stress. The manipulation of thoughts is cause to be addressed. With independent press on the rise, trying to profess the truth. Hopefully our youth will be raised, having consent, not under duress, forcing unshackled truth, not redacted by the people who have forgotten they work for our success. Fight even though it's not our change that matter. Turning the world chaotic will send us into battle. People's hopes are decaying, the furious heads full of acts that may be considered treasonous. The government itself will be the downfall of us all. Your silence is the kingdom they expect us not to brawl. There's danger in our silence and apathy. If kept, we will fall. For every silent scream, 1,000 voices rise. Even if it's not your blood, it's still your fight. Hear the cries. Your God knows the truth and can see through the TV screens. Lies. For every child in chains, we forge a sword and try to get out from under their guise. A sadistic sadist, a predator, seeding off pain without grace. It's crucial to strip the tower before they destroy the human race. So tear down the thrones of liars so they cannot see face. Standing together destroys the sadist power and puts them back in their place. We must break the cycle, burn the crown, raise the fallen with an embrace. Whoa, all I know is it's not a losing race. If we don't rise against the regime, we are the disgrace.